said from there on out. And then you've got things heavy on 8094 from Central to Kennedy Avenue, then really heavy from Torrance to the Bishop Ford due to a semi that lost a big piece of steel in the left lane. That's not something you want to hit at any miles per hour. On the eastbound side, you're okay on 8094. And I-80 Larkin over to Richards, eastbound delays, westbound side from Briggs over to Center Streets, you're on the brakes as well. And then we've got the Kennedy moving at a pace of roughly, looking like an hour-long trip in from O'Hare, an hour and 5 on your way back out. Your next report at 408 on News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
AccuWeather says for the rest of today, sunny skies, quite warm and humid. A thunderstorm in spots still in the forecast with a high of 88. Partly cloudy, warm and sticky tonight. A chance for thunderstorms, a low around 70. Right now, 86 degrees at both airports. 85 in Aurora, 88 in Lansing.
Featuring the news that matters and breaking news at any time. This is Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Coming up in the next half hour on News Radio WBBM.
The researcher behind a new study on ShotSpotter breaks down his numbers for Chicago aldermen.
The city doesn't have ownership of the data.
I'm political editor Jeff Buckles at City Hall.
The life of a city worker and bike safety advocate killed in a crash is honored by Chicago aldermen. Plus, the U.S. weighing a response after an Iranian drone downed a U.S. Army helicopter over the Strait of Hormuz. ABC News will have the latest next on that. Sox host Atlanta tonight. Cubs and west to face Colorado.
After a volatile back-and-forth day on Wall Street, stocks end mixed but mostly lower. The Dow up 86 points. The Nasdaq down 251. The S&P lower by 19. I'm Tom Busby at Bloomberg.
Sunny skies, 86 degrees at 4 o'clock.
From ABC News, I'm Lindsay Davis, anchor of Prime, streaming weeknights on ABC News Live. President Trump is blaming Iran for this morning's downing of an Apache Army helicopter near the Strait of Hormuz. More from ABC's Karen Travers at the White House.
The president posted on social media that the two pilots involved were safe and uninjured, but he now says that the United States, quote, must of necessity respond to this attack. He does not get specific in his social media post, and the White House hasn't responded to our questions about this, about what he might do now against Iran because of this takedown of the helicopter.
A Texas jury deliberated 3 hours before finding teenager Carmelo Anthony guilty of murder. Jurors didn't buy his claim of self-defense in the stabbing of Austin Metcalf at a high school track meet last year. ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer.
It's clear that the prosecution's closing argument getting the last word, saying that swift justice needed to be met and that this was not self-defense. The idea of bringing a knife to a fist fight, the proportionality of the self-defense is too high. If someone attacks you with their fist, you're supposed to respond with your fist. If someone attacks you with deadly force, like a knife or a gun, you can do that, but you can't escalate it. And so what this verdict tells me is that the jury did not buy the self-defense claim. They thought that Carmelo Anthony escalated was too high and that he's guilty of murder.
They're voting today in primaries in 4 states. Control of the Senate could fall on Maine voters as they decide if they can overlook recent allegations about frontrunner Graham Plattner. The first 4 people on the next moon mission just got their orders.
We are returning to the moon. A grand adventure back to the lunar surface to build a moon base and to do so for all of its scientific, its economic potential, and to master the skills for where we will inevitably go next.
The announcement from NASA Administrator Jared Isaac and the Artemis 3 makes 3 Americans and 1 Italian astronaut. They will dock with the moon module for an eventual boost down on the lunar surface. You're listening to ABC News.
If you look at online reviews from most roofing companies, it isn't pretty. Problems like missed appointments, lack of follow-up, and sloppy workmanship are unfortunately common complaints. Hey, it's Eric. That's not the case when you hire Rogers Roofing. In fact, they make 3 promises to all of their customers. First, they'll respect your time by being on time for appointments, promptly following up, and doing what they say they'll do. Second, you get a perfect roof installed by their highly skilled roofing crews. And finally, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. No other roofing company can offer you a longer, more comprehensive warranty. Over-the-top customer service, a perfect installation, and a 50-year leak-free guarantee. It's easy to see why Rogers has so many 5-star reviews and why they're different from every roofing company in town. Right now, get $500 off a new roof and no interest financing until 2031. Set up your free 21-point roof inspection, 872-224-4345, or online at rogersroofing.com.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 and WBBM Newsradio.com.
It is 4:03 to Tuesday, the 9th day of June. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Lisa Fielding. Feels like summer. Hot and sticky conditions today. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. It's kind of the story for the next couple of days before it cools down for the weekend. The AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up for you at 4:15. But first at 4, we begin with the latest on the fate of the so-called ShotSpotter system in Chicago. Mayor Johnson is pointing to a new study from the University of Chicago to justify his decision to pull the plug on the gunshot detection system. Alderman heard from the author of that study today as we hear from WBBM political editor Jeff Buchholz at City Hall.
Stephen Vargas from the University of Chicago told the council committee his study shows police responded to the most serious calls about 2.5 minutes faster after the city ended its ShotSpotter contract.
Every ShotSpotter alert sends officers somewhere. Most alerts produce nothing.
But Vargas says his analysis is not intended to prove that the removal of ShotSpotter caused the faster response. Committee chair and downtown Alderman Brian Hopkins amplified that.
Causation could not be established definitively.
Our South Side Alderman Peter Chico says he's seen too many cases in his ward of people shot and left for hours because no one calls 911.
This is becoming a regular and all too often occurrence.
But Vargas cautioned that it's impossible to know whether ShotSpotter actually works because its contract says the company owns its data and not the city.
What's missing here is just the ability to vet all of these claims.
And the aldermen seem to agree. We're at City Hall. Jeff Buchholz, News Radio 1059. WBBM.
Also at City Hall, a moment of silence for a city worker and cycling advocate who was killed in a crash while biking in the city. The Pedestrian and Traffic Safety Committee paid tribute to Riley O'Neill after his death on Friday near Halstead and 32nd in Bridgeport. Committee Chair Daniel Spada told colleagues that O'Neill was a committed and joyful servant of the city.
All of us, regardless of whether we ride a bicycle or not, our lives have been improved by the work that he did and the way he lived his life, and the way he did his work.
Police said the driver of a car parked on Halstead opened its doors onto O'Neill, who then was knocked under the wheels of a semi. Officers did ticket that driver. Well, the CTA is defending its decision to shorten some weekend trains this summer, in addition to weekend work on the Red Line subways throughout the month of June. This past weekend, there was a lot of complaints on social media about people trying to get around the city for big events such as the Blues Fest, Pokemon Go Fest, and the U.S. soccer match against Germany at Soldier Field. Trains on the blue, orange, brown, and purple lines were reduced to only 4 cars. But on Monday, the CTA announced that Blue Line trains will run at full length going forward this summer. The agency says cutting train lengths will reduce wear and tear and eventually save money. Well, the mayor of Arlington Heights doesn't expect a special legislative session to revive the effort to get a Bears stadium built in his village. And he points to Chicago Mayor Johnson, at least in part, for derailing the effort.
Mayor Jim Tenalia said Mayor Johnson jumping in very late in the game, convincing Chicago lawmakers not to back a move to Arlington Heights was nonsense. Tenalia said on our sister station 104.3 The Score, it's clear this was a mistake.
So those lawmakers and Mayor Johnson have what they've accomplished by this nonsense is instead of saying, okay, good, the Bears are going to still be Illinois, the choice is instead, we'll let them go to Indiana.
Tenalia used the word disappointing numerous times. The Bears were left with no choice, he said. They wanted Arlington Heights, not Chicago, where there was no plan, and Illinois lawmakers handed them Indiana. Mike Krauser, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
A Chicago man has been charged with arson after he allegedly set several fires in downtown Elgin last week.
Police say they arrested 27-year-old David Rosales of the Galewood neighborhood on Chicago's west side last Thursday morning in Elgin after officers responded to a dumpster fire. The Kane County State's Attorney's Office says it was about 2:15 in the morning when police responded to reports of a fire in a dumpster that damaged a nearby transformer, and then officers found other fires downtown, including in 5 City of Elgin garbage cans. Rosales faces felony charges of arson and criminal damage to government property. He's smiling in his mugshot and was denied pretrial release. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
It's 4:08. Time to check in on the roads now. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. Here's Trent Erickson.
All right, we've got 55. Watch yourself jam northbound from Weber to 53 with police activity in the left lane. Southbound side is heavy from 355 to past 53. Other problems, like in West Ridge, we've got Devon closed between Lincoln and McCormick. That's due to police activity. Hughes Peterson and in Tinley Park, 183rd Street is closed at 94th. That's due to police activity as well. Use 179th Street. If you're making your way on 8094, traveling on the eastbound side, you kind of have a problem, and that's because the westbound side, it's heavy from Central to Kennedy Avenue, then from Torrance over to the Bishop Ford. A semi lost a piece of steel, a big piece of steel that's in the left lane. Not something you want to run into with your vehicle at any speed whatsoever, certainly not at highway speeds. And then I-65 southbound, an earlier crash around State Road 2, right in that area just before State Road 2 has been cleared. It was involving a semi, but that's good to go now. Moving through there just fine. If you're traveling on the Kennedy on the inbound side, it's an hour-long trip in from O'Hare 28 from the Edens Junction. Your delays go out through downtown to about Harlem. It's 47 minutes to get to Montrose. 1 hour and 5 out to O'Hare. On the Eisenhower, it's 1 hour and 32 minutes. That's in from I-90 and from Manheim 38. Back out is 53 to get to Manheim. 1 hour and 18 minutes out to I-90. It is tough either way on the old Eisenhower right now. Stevenson, 30 minutes in from the Tri-State, 53 on your way back out, and an hour and 10 out to 355. Your next report at 4:18 from the Metro Traffic Center on News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
All right, Trent, thank you. For the rest of today, clouds and sun, warm and humid, maybe a thunderstorm with a high of 88, warm and sticky tonight. Chances of thunderstorms through tomorrow night at least into Thursday. Look for a low tonight around 70. 86 now at O'Hare, 86 Lakefront, looks like 88 in Wheeling. Market watch, the Dow up 86, S&P down nearly 20, and the NASDAQ off by nearly 1%, down 251. It's 4:10.
Frank, your flounder lasagna's getting cold.
It's okay. I'll just throw it on a bagel tomorrow.
Ugh. You've been on hold with your bank for
20 minutes.
I know. Maybe it's time to switch banks.
To your wonderful First American Bank.
What's up, everybody? SubX.News on the spot reporting. It's 4:10 p.m. I believe it's June 9th, 2026. It is a Tuesday, I believe. It is hot, it is muggy, and we are in summer. That's it. It feels like as time goes on, and maybe it's just how I'm getting older, the seasons are getting shorter in Chicago. It seems like it's just, see that? There's another bus stop. You can't sit at the bus stop. I can't go backwards. But you see, there's somebody that took over the whole seat. They're eating in there, and there's people that can't be in the bus stop. And to me, it seems like the seasons are getting shorter, and it's only winter and summer now. Look, yeah, we get a little bit of spring. But it goes pretty quick now, so. I was talking to one of my neighbors. There you go, somebody lives out there. See that? That's somebody's spot, right? See that?
449. Wind eastbound from the south. Alright, that's going to give you 09105.
There you go. Somebody staying in the alley. They stay on the bus stops. No one's helping these people. We're in the 4th year of Brandon Johnson's office. So you would figure you wouldn't be seeing this stuff, but you see it every day.
09108.
I'll listen to some radio calls, see what's going on. Let me put on the radios, right? The radio traffic here, right? But you see it every day. Look, we just had a mass shooting last night. 4 people on the west side got shot. I think 1 dead at least. It's every day now. We have mass shootings weekly now. Every week now. There was a mass shooting last night. I think Fox 32 covered it. I was watching the game with my kids, so you know I do my news coverage. I run my business, the SubX.News, but I also have a family, and I catch up and I try to put all the. I try to have a good rounded news coverage, right? Especially of the stuff that affects us on a daily basis. But yeah, I don't sacrifice my family for my job.
09108.
No internet coverage. So my network coverage has just changed on my phone somehow. I don't know why. That always happens, right? Let's see. Oh, mobile data's off. There we go. Mobile data's on. Let's see if that fixed it.
Units at 19 and Citywide, we're getting a battery in progress. 4501 North Marine Drive. Call us stateside at 10. Unhoused males are fighting in the park. Unowned weapons. District 19 Zone 2. Station clear.
45 Marine Drive. That might be migrants up there. That's migrants up there. So you want to go check that 4500 North Marine Drive? Let's go.
334. 7334.
They're dealing drugs here, right? The main drug dealer was here, right? Sitting at the table.
That is 09141.
They're dealing drugs here all day long. It's a drug pit. Downtown's become a drug pit.
Adam. 789 Adam. Red, towards west. From the medical district, that's SubX train 3349. Alright, that is 09151.
So we got something going on Marine Drive. What's up? What's up?
Yep, that is 09155.
That's where we're gonna head to.
783 Adam. He says Red Lion Station. Yep, that is 09160. 7388. You do a transmission at Grand Avenue, the blue line. Give me that number. Alright, Grand Avenue blue line is 09164. 09164. 4719. 4719. Can you hold me down with the fax name, please? Good afternoon, sir. You got it. Good night. Thank you. Yep.
It's hot out. We gotta have some air conditioning. That's all I gotta tell you. It's hot out. Don't be fooling around with this weather. It's no joke.
Units in 3 in Citywide. We got a person with a gun, 70th place in Crandon. 2 males on a Divvy scooter. 1 flashing a gun. Eastbound. Last seen had an eastbound male guiding the scooter, wearing a ski mask with white clothing. The other male is on the back with locks in their hair, wearing black. No further. Zone 7 is clear.
You're on a scooter with a gun with a ski mask. Why ain't the police arresting those people? Ask yourself that question. You got a scooter, you got a gun, you got a ski mask on. And you're not getting pulled over by the cops. You're just riding around the city, doing whatever you're doing. Interesting, ain't it? Why ain't they getting pulled over? Why isn't the scooter company saying, yeah, no, these guys, are they using their regular credit cards? How are these criminals using the scooters? Did anybody ever figure that one out? I mentioned this once or twice in the last 2 years. For those scooters, you had to have a credit card number. Think about this. For the scooter, you had to have a credit card number. How does, first of all, a 14-year-old have a credit card? Well, they can get them, you say, right? Okay, I guess they can. But why aren't they being traced? Are they being traced? Have they been traced? You know, those scooters have GPS. Do they got a report of all these scooter crimes and gun crimes? It's kind of weird, isn't it? Everything's trackable, but it's not trackable for certain people and criminals, right? Kind of wild, ain't it? Seems like it's selective enforcement, right? All right, let's list some radio calls. If I can get this on it, let's see how this works.
Sure, that is 09141.
789 in Adam.
789 Adam.
Red, going west. From the medical district on bus 7 train 3349.
Alright, that is 09151.
For pickup road on the red.
There we go. That's going to give you 09211.
3 Adam.
211.
For 95th red line station.
Number, I'm going to tow this car for personal property. Yep, that is 09160. Yep, give me like 2 minutes. 7388.
They do a trip mission at Grand Avenue to the Blue Light. Can you give me that number?
Alright, Grand Avenue Blue Line is 09164. 09164. That Chevy Sonic boat just pull it in.
4719.
Yeah, that'll just be standard boat. 4719. Very good, we'll get it rolling. 7389, go ahead.
I have a vehicle on the inbound side of the 290 at collapse.
Unit
3 lab person was done 70th place and then 2 males on a Dixie scooter, one flashing a gun. Eastbound, last seen had an eastbound male guiding the scooter, wearing a ski mask with white clothing. The other male is on the back with locks in their hair, wearing black. No further. Zone 7 is clear.
I'm looking for that fight that was earlier, right?
3211.
Oh, 3211, go ahead.
This guy just blew the red light at State and 65th when I was waiting for the light to change in the exit ramp. Hold me down the traffic stop, please.
Alright, over.
Got time for a driver's license and a plate?
Always, go ahead.
Temporary registration is going to be out of Illinois, 363, Adam Charlie, 620, expiring 3526.
And go ahead.
My driver's license for Mr. Harris is going to be Henry, 620-0129-0037.
Stand for.
A warrant, armed and dangerous, did I read that right?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting around to it. Yes, he does. I'm getting a car from 3 as we speak.
Warrant and armed and dangerous.
7383 Frank.
7 Frank.
For Roosevelt at the red line, please.
Yeah, 10-4, that's 09013.
With temp tags, right? They all have those temp tags, right? Are they tracking those?
3200's en route for you.
Yeah, start the ticket.
Alright, 10-4. Other than that, he's got a valid driver's license. That plate is expired. He has a revoked FOID card, and this TRO, I believe, is going to be expired. Yeah, it's expired. No correction on that. The new TRO is valid. He has not yet been served with it. The other one is expired.
Armed and dangerous traffic stop. Expired temp plates from out of state.
3212.
10th and state. That's what you just heard, right?
Hey, 12. We got another call for those Jeeps. Now they're saying they're southbound at Oakwood.
391 Charlie.
08895.
83 Davis.
732 units and 7 in citywide. Shots fired. 732 units and 7 in citywide. Shots fired. 7136 block of Yale. 7136 block of Yale. We have 5 shots fired from the northbound. Nothing further. Zone 6 clear.
3384 David.
784 David.
David number riding the train, clear match.
Alright, that is 08959.
422 units at 4 numbers. 422 units at 4 numbers citywide assault in progress. Also coming in the person with an eye. Brandon and South Shore, South Christian. Brandon and Lakeshore and Brandon. Also coming in the person with an eye. Caller said there's several teenagers on bus number 8563 facing southbound Trans Eagle with Silly String, and someone has an eye. That's the further 426 on 8.
7363.
This is the number for pickup on Roosevelt and red light.
Yep, that is 08966.
389.
7389.
Give me a number for assist mission, left blue line, with 7389 Adam and Bowen.
Alrighty, you guys can have 08972. 08972. Is that 91 Charlie? 3211. Oh, 3211, go ahead. I was kind of just blew the red light. It stayed in 65th when I was waiting for the
75th.
change and the exit ramp. Hold me down the traffic stop, please. Alright, Timber. Got time for a driver's license and a plate? Always. Go ahead. Temporary registration is going to be out of Illinois, 363, Adam Charlie, 620, expiring 3526. And go ahead. My driver's license for Mr. Harris is going to be Henry, 620-0129-0037. Time.
Road rage.
Armed is dangerous. Did I read that right?
Road rage.
Yeah.
She's screaming at me.
Sorry, I'm getting around to it. Yes, he does. I'm getting you a car from 3 as we speak. Very good.
7383 Frank.
3211.
I'm looking for that fight. There was a fight
I
earlier.
was kind of just blew the red light and stayed in.
84 Henry.
784 Henry.
83 Charlie.
733 Charlie.
7383 Adam.
733 Adam.
Please for a 96 red line. 384.
Go ahead.
Get a flight variety on car 7168, please.
Battery in progress, 4546 on Kedzie at the McDonald's. Employee said there's a male there, dressed in black, attacking the manager. Nothing further, don't clear.
45th and Kedzie attacking management.
384 Adam.
84 Adam.
384 Ida.
84 Ida.
Is the number for Roosevelt Red Line?
Sure, it's going to be 08885. 08885.
391 Charlie.
7391 Charlie.
Get 3 separate, is that number for 3
45th
separate
and
3
Kedzie
stops at
attacking
Roosevelt Green?
the staff.
Take 08895, 08895, 08900, 08900, and 08903, 08903. 4723. 4723.
Come for training, please. 112 for the ambulance.
Take 08914, 08914.
83 Davis.
733 Davis.
Have that number for Red Line 69th Street, please.
Yep, that is 08928. 733 Eddie.
732 units from 7 and citywide. Shots fired 7136 block of Yale, 7136 block of Yale. We have 5 shots fired from the northbound. Nothing further, zone 6 clear.
3384 David.
784 David.
David number riding the train for Max.
Alright, that is 08959. 422 units at 422 units at 40 citywide assault in progress. Also coming in the person with an eye, Brandon and Brandon and Lakeshore and Brandon. Also coming as a person with an eye. Caller said there's several teenagers on bus number 8563 facing southbound, spraying people with silly string, and someone has a knife. That's a further 4628.
363.
7363.
Teenagers with a knife on the south side. Bus number 856.
Yep, that is 08966.
7389.
7389.
Give me a number for assist mission, Pulaski Blue Line, with 7389 Adam and Boy.
Alrighty, you guys can have 08972. 08972.
I'm gonna catch up on the radio calls real quick.
91 Charlie.
3211. 7389.
7389.
Give me a number for assist mission, Pulaski Blue Line, with 7389 Adam and Boy.
3211. Oh, 3211, go ahead.
This guy just blew the red light at State in 65th when I was waiting for the light to change on the... 3384 David.
784 David.
David number riding the train for Max.
Alright, that is 08959. 422 units at 4 422 units at 4 Nova Citywide assault in progress. Also coming as a person with an eye, Brandon and Brandon and Lakeshore and Brandon. Also coming as a person with a knife. Caller said there's several teenagers on bus number 8563 facing southbound, spraying people with silly string, and someone has a knife. That's a further 4628.
363.
7363.
This is a number for a pickup on Roosevelt and Red Light.
Yep, that is 08966.
7389.
7389.
Give me a number for assist mission, Pulaski Blue Line, with 7389 Adam and Boy.
Alrighty, you guys can have 08972. 08972. 91 Charlie.
3211.
Oh, 3211, go ahead.
This guy just blew the red light at State in 65th when I was waiting for the light to change.
I heard that one already.
Exit ramp.
I'm looking for that fight that would happen earlier.
Alright, number.
Oh man, see what happens? These things are so sensitive, these computers. You touch one button and it jacks up. Oh, listen to the news. I'm so going, I haven't even realized it's 4:30 already. Local news.
And against Iran after the president vowed a response to the downing of that American helicopter. Keep it tuned here as that develops throughout the afternoon. It's 4:32 now. In Chicago, local immigrants' rights groups say the Trump administration is already putting a damper on the FIFA World Cup.
The World Cup belongs to the world.
But Muhammad Sankari with the Arab American Action Network says his teams from across the globe have begun arriving in the U.S. That hasn't been the case.
The Iraqi team, upon their arrival in O'Hare, had their players detained for hours at a time, including their star striker, and had their official team photographer turned away. We learned yesterday that a Somali referee was turned away by U.S. officials despite having a valid visa and despite the fact that he is an official referee for the World Cup.
There are also allegations of unfair regulations against the Iranian national team.
This administration cannot be trusted to host one of the most important international sporting competitions.
The AAAN, Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights, and others are calling for ICE agents to be prohibited from World Cup matches, venues, and watch parties. Andy Day, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
It is 4:33. 4 men shot. One of them died. It happened in a drive-by shooting on Chicago's west side last night.
Bursts of gunfire were mistaken for fireworks by at least one person who heard the shooting near Madison and Lockwood at about 7:30 last night. Chicago police say an SUV pulled up to 4 men standing outside and someone from the vehicle began shooting. A 32-year-old man died after being shot in the face. 2 men, ages 34 and 36, were initially in critical condition when they went to the hospital, and a 27-year-old man was in fair condition. Police initially said he was 15 years old, but later corrected his age. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Members of a city council committee paused today in Chicago to honor the memory of a city worker and cycling advocate killed in a crash while on his bike.
I would ask one moment of silence.
Pedestrian and Traffic Safety Committee Chair Daniel LaSpata paid tribute to Riley O'Neill following his death last Friday in Bridgeport. W. Robert Schultz III from the Active Transportation Alliance also noted the loss.
He's been very important to the transportation transformation with regard to bike lanes.
Police say someone parked on Halsted opened a door into O'Neill as he rode in a painted bike lane south near 32nd and knocked him under an 18-wheeler. Maria Moctezuma offered condolences for O'Neill's death, but repeated concerns that protected bike lanes result in a loss of needed parking and can hurt emergency response times.
Streets are only as safe as the people using them, whether driving, biking, or walking.
LaSpata responded.
Riley was doing everything that we could ask a cyclist to do to be safe, and still lost his life in our streets.
And called the CDOT worker a committed and joyful servant of the city. We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
News about Social Security today. A new report predicts it will be insolvent by 2032.
Social Security's retirement trust fund is projected to face a funding shortfall in 2032, a year earlier than previously expected. Starting in 2033, Medicare's hospital insurance trust fund will still be unable to pay full benefits. Rising healthcare costs and government spending contributed to a projected depletion date that is less than 10 years from now. Social Security's combined trust funds, which cover old age and disability recipients, will be unable to pay full benefits beginning in 2034. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Rowdy videos have been circulating on social media since the Knicks lost to the Spurs in New York last night. At least 21 people were arrested after fights broke out at the end of an outdoor watch party at Bryant Park in Manhattan. The videos show large groups ganging up on individuals in Spurs jerseys. The NYPD says several police officers were punched or hit by beer bottles. Game 4 of the NBA Finals is tomorrow night at Madison Square Garden. A Texas teenager found guilty of murder after the deadly stabbing of another teen at a high school track meet last year. A jury rejected Carmelo Anthony's claims of self-defense during a confrontation with Austin Metcalf.
His testimony that Carmelo Anthony left the scene, that he was distraught, that he was said this was self-defense from the very get-go. He's been consistent with that, but he ended up not taking a stand in this case. Flash forward to today, after days of testimony and under 3 hours of deliberation by the jury, we now have a conviction for murder, where Carmelo Anthony is convicted of killing that of Austin Metcalf.
Prosecutors say Metcalf and Anthony attended different schools and did not know each other before the encounter. That was ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer. Authorities say the confrontation began in a team's area before Anthony allegedly stabbed Metcalf once in the chest. 4:36 coming up. Low gas prices, traffic, and weather together.
Is your money just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money's always doing something. Like auto-saving for special events, tracking your teen spending, and helping protect your parents from fraud. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may
Go back to the radio calls. Let's get down to that crime. You see, there was another mass killing yesterday. Mass shooting, mass killing. You can call it whatever you want. That's about the 4th one this month. 4th in 1 month, not in a year. 4th in a month. It might be the 5th. Might be the 5th already. We had a 7, we had a 3, a 3, and a 4, and a 4 now. I think this might be the 5th one this month. So yeah, we're in a dangerous spot in this city. All right, let's go back with some radio calls. Get caught up, right?
All right, 3211, 321 is en route for you.
That's the warrant, right?
All right, 10-4. Other than that, he's got a valid driver's license. That plate is expired.
What's up, Real Talk Radio?
3211-1608. What's that warrant for? Battery, domestic?
Yeah, failure to appear on a domestic battery. On an Oak Forest.
That guy's messed up, that driver there, right?
3 John.
Oh, what he's
732 John.
Over Chicago and Wabash.
Yep, that is 09089.
7387 Adam.
7387 Adam. 7387 Adam, go ahead.
Tonight I have been number 479 Boston House, 4KD 449, going eastbound from the center.
Alright, that's going to give you 09105.
383 Henry.
7383 Henry.
Numbers for red line and Jacksonville.
Yep, that's going to be 09108.
Yep,
it is 095.
83 Charlie.
7383 Charlie.
79 red line.
Yep, that is 09114.
That's 383 Henry.
83 Henry.
So it's number 2?
Yes, 09108. 09108.
Close to the blue line at California.
Sure, that is 09141.
789 in Adam.
789 Adam.
Fast going west from the medical district at bus 3329.
Alright, that is 09151. 7362.
For pickup road on the right.
Yep, that is 09155.
3 Adam.
783 Adam.
For 95th red line.
09526.
Hey, Real Talk Radio, why don't you give me a call? Get on the radio. Come on, give me a call. You want my number? You got my number, right? Give me a call right now. We go on live. You can talk about what you want to talk about. I'm good with that. Come on. I believe in the First Amendment. Don't matter. I believe in free speech. I believe in free press. I don't arrest people because they're videotaping arrest scenes and strip them of their media credentials. Kind of funny, right? And you say you're a progressive. Imagine they tell people to videotape ICE. Our mayor, our governor, and everybody said, we're going to do what? Videotape ICE, don't let him get away. I videotape a Chicago cop for arresting 2 black girls, and I get arrested. How about that one? That's kind of ironic, isn't it? Give me a call, Real Talk Radio, or do you want me to call you? Let me see where you're at, right? Let's see where you're at. I'll call you up. Come on, get on the radio. We need some... I can't just have me talking all the time. Let's see where you at. Real Talk. Did you give me a call before? You want my number, my brother? You got my number, my brother, or what? Or you got a number for me to call, or what? That way you get on and you can say whatever you want, right? I don't mind it. We need different ideas. We need the most ideas that we can get. Diversity, ideas, good, bad, controversial. That's what you got to have when you're talking. You got my number, brother, or what? Let's see where you're at. I'm trying to look up your number if it's in my phone. I don't got it. You want my number? All right, ready? Here's my number. 312-203-1534. Again, give me a call. 312-203-1534. It's easier than typing all that stuff in. Give me a call. That way you get on the radio and talk about, I haven't talked to you in a long time, my brother. Want to know what's going on the east side, what's going on with the politics, ICE, and all of that stuff. So give me a call. You got my number, right, brother? 312-203-1534. Give me a call. Real Talk Radio. We're going to try to get him on the show here. See what he's thinking. Where are we at? Oh, here, Marietta lives around here. We're going to see if they're dealing drugs in their neighborhood. How about that? This is your neighborhood, right, Marietta? Oh, there's your number. All right, hold on. Let me give you a call, Real Talk Radio. 733. Wait up, man. You're too fast for me, bro. All right, let me pull over here. And Marietta, we're going to check out if they're dealing drugs in your neighborhood, all right? They're probably in the back on Hudson over there. Let me give you a call, Real Talk. Ignore that. Let's see, where are you at? Real Talk. What's that? Somebody just calling me. Oh man, the number just switched on me, man. All right, 445. We're gonna give Real Talk Radio a call. We haven't talked to him in a long ass time.
I'm Jeremiah with Real Talk Radio LLC. I'm talking with me. Leave the name, number, and the brief message.
Man, it went to your voicemail, my brother.
At the tone, please record your message. When yours, please enter your password.
White punks doing wheelies on the road. White punks.
Please enter your password.
Please enter it. I just called. It went to voicemail, my brother. There you go. You got my number now. Give me a call. There you go, Marietta. We're at your place. Oh man, it's all empty over here. They're tearing up the street, ain't they? Oh man, they're fixing all the potholes is what they're doing over here. You guys just called your Real Talk Radio. Give me a call so we can get you on. They're fixing all the streets, man. They're going to try to fix all the potholes before next election, ain't they? That's what they're planning on. Whatever. To each his own, man. That's the way you win an election, and then go ahead. If people think potholes and rats are the way you should vote, then that's okay. You know what you vote for? Integrity, cheating, and lying, and corruption. Right? I always say this about the dailies. They were whatever they were, and they were corrupt, but they knew they had to do the services. You kind of get what I'm trying to say here? They were corrupt, but they made sure that they said the constituents. You go into his office. I've been in his 11th Ward office. I don't like Daley. I didn't like ballots, and I still don't like ballots. But in his office, he says services first. Remember that. So even though they had the corruption, they knew they had to provide the services to the constituents. All right, Real Talk Radio. You going to give me a call, or am I going to call you back? There we go. Let's see if we can get it. Did you get on, my brother?
Yes, I am. I'm not live right now. I'm actually watching your stuff right now.
So you're on live, bro? What? Man, I'm live, bro. Man, I don't think I'm dead yet, bro. What's up, my brother?
It's all good. It's all good. Just came on real quick live because, I get to see a whole lot of other stuff that other people don't get to see.
Yep.
And I pay attention.
That's why I want you on. So why don't you talk about what's going down on the east side, what we should know about, and all that stuff, right? Give us a lowdown. Go ahead, say whatever you want. Free form, my brother.
I was actually arrested over by the United States Coast Guard facility investigating a kidnapping of a 16-year-old.
I was just arrested last month for filming, so we got something in common. How come they're arresting us, not arresting the criminals, right?
No. What I want you to get more clarity of, John, it's not the
What do you think?
When you institutionalize a system that has been set up for 400 years under a systemic racist agenda,
right,
you're always going to receive these type of, affairs.
Right.
Now, in equality, as I see it, all people are created equal.
Okay.
Now, if I remove the idea of race, now let's look at good versus evil.
Right.
Because this is really ultimately our demise.
Right.
Is those who are living in righteousness and those who are living according to certain things that are out of alignment. Now, who is to say what is right and what is wrong, though?
God does.
Because a pedophile with 34 felonies compared to a person that smokes cigarettes should have no type of representation with each other.
Right. No, that's not even equal. That's
an unequal period.
Right.
So to implement policies that allow transgenders in schools and pedophiles in girls' locker rooms, and you are a president that did this, now that becomes questionable.
Right.
Now you're associated to a person who has been associated to an island.
Right.
His name is, well, I'd rather not say the names, simply off of the, just off of bullcrap, how things, but no, to be honest, his name was Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
So now you have a pedophile with 34 felonies who is currently in president, and those who are associated to the same people who are pushing these policies. Now, I cannot look at the mayor. Why? Because you have a president who has more power than the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm looking at the leader.
But if you notice
why would I look at the minions if the leader is the one that's causing all that shit? Like you say, you always talk about the minions.
And you got it. You got the exact thing. And I've been saying this the last 2-3 weeks, and I don't know how I invented this. I don't know if I invented it. I said, red or blue, we always lose. Red or blue, we always lose. Because they make us fight. Red, blue, this, that, socialist, communist, Republican, Democrat. And then what did you say? That they're all the same. They're all the same.
All the same. Because you have
it's
the
all
pieces.
the same. There you go.
It's like a chessboard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got the king who has set up Trump with his little, pawn that have been put in position. So now, as a king who sees this and put myself in a better position by being real, I'm overseeing things a little bit different. So Real Talk Radio LLC introduces something that's a lot more better for the people, only because we could eliminate all the lies.
See, you got it. Look, just because we don't get along on everything, that don't mean we don't get along on something. And that's what they want to do. They want to make us different because of either our skin color, the way we talk, the way we look, even our ideals and ideologies. Ideology is just an idea, but it doesn't dehumanize you. It doesn't devalidate you. But they try to do that. They try to say, oh, he's talking crazy. Oh, he's wild. Oh, he's this. She's that. He's that. What do you mean? We're all just down here doing our thing, working every day, taking care of our families. They try to separate us when we try to get together. Isn't that what you're talking about all the time?
In a sense, but we have to also weigh out the difference, though.
Oh yeah,
so
there's differences.
You got to be able to weigh out the difference, and we can't be favorite. We can't show favoritism towards no one.
No, you can't.
So because you got to remember, the 144,000 are those who overstepped all that shit. So, like real talk.
That's ready to go. So what's going on? What's going on with your case?
Just gathering the people the proper way, man. That's how we're supposed to.
So what's going on? Go ahead. What's going on with your
brother's
case?
keeper.
What's going on with your case? Is it in court yet
You
or
know,
not?
they always have me attempt to keep me somewhere, but, I don't go behind them bars because I already know the law. And the law allows me to live on land, air, and water. I am law.
Yeah.
So, I govern myself according to that law. So, and I utilize the First Amendment and Second Amendment constitutional protected rights because, you got, what you would call tyrants out here who are arresting people with guns.
Yep.
So I got to be able to protect myself, yet I also have to be wise in it as well.
Yeah,
so
you got to be extremely careful in these. People don't understand. I work with a guy, Chris Sweat. He did a couple of good videos when ICE was downtown. He actually videotaped it where the ICE agent was following the guy on the divvy bike. That's his video. I talked to that guy. And he says the same thing. You got to look at what's going on. And don't get confused by Republicans, Democrats, Reds, Blues. You got to look at what they do. People getting arrested. Who's getting arrested? Reporters, First Amendment people. Who's getting arrested, right? Why are they arresting him? Because they want to do two things. They want to stop free speech. Secondly, they want to get everybody to be scared, right? That's all. I mean,
and keep people from gathering together. That's why they attempted to stop 50 people from gathering. And the thing about that with the gathering, yes, our parents need to be there. I totally agree with that. Yet I look at it as everybody, they got the freedom of speech as well. Children have the freedom of speech, and they see what's going on too.
And assembly, assembly too. This First Amendment is freedom of assembly too. So
that's right. So that's their way of expressing themselves, and I would rather them blow up, and not to say that they will, but to blow up something than to kill someone. We can always rebuild, but we cannot bring somebody's life back. So that's how I look at it. And if that's their way of getting their anger out, then you cannot dictate what a person's anger level is at. That's why you have different. I have to jump in a hole with a murderer and show him the way out.
And I agree with
you. How can I be his judge if I have to be his brother? My brother's keeper first.
And what? Here's my thing, my brother. What do we hear from Brandon Johnson every day? I'm an organizer and I was a teacher. Why aren't you doing either one then? I don't understand it. He's got all these kids.
I don't know.
All these kids, right? Take care of it.
John, I want to say this.
Okay, go ahead.
If he has people coming together,
right,
and they're doing certain things that are effective,
right,
I would not knock that. Just like if you're doing something effective, I want to keep it more focused on the positives than the negatives. And I do understand that there are a whole lot more negatives that we could operate. But why not us focus on those positives and recreate over the negatives with positives?
I agree with you because there's so many kids involved. Why aren't we using that for a positive? And I don't see that. All I see is criminalization.
Well,
I see criminalization.
That's why you have to go out to these walks with us. Like they just had recently a unity walk on 79th. They did the whole 79th piece.
Okay.
You're familiar with Red Cowboy and his movement.
Yep.
And you've been out here with us doing the things that are necessary. Now, we do understand that there are other people that are doing certain things according to the way they want it.
Right.
Yet we have to understand it and let them know that, that way is not really going to work.
No.
Because if we keep on that path, this is what's going to happen. Pedophilia comes with transgender. So we have to address the fact that, that came with that area.
Right.
So how can we address that? Well, we gotta break down the institutions that allow these organizations to come into play in the first place. So if you have a government that has been set up on the institutions of a Ku Klux Klan system, how could you get out of something that is positive out of that if you only focus on one set of people
Yeah, I agree. And you said it exactly. There's 50, 100, 200, 500 kids, whatever. And this is why I say, if you say you're an organizer and you say you're a teacher, why aren't you using that power and all those kids for something positive? And all we see now is police firings, shootings.
Not in every area, because I look at the brothers in IUIC, let's say, for instance. Israel United in Christ. They march like an army.
Oh yeah, they do. The Israelites, right? Are those the Israelites?
They keep the order. Now I don't know. Again, these are just institutions that I can make sure that our brothers and sisters can go to. I look at the Nation of Islam. Look how they unite them brothers.
Oh yeah.
I would never say nothing negative about them brothers, because I look at the fruits of their labor.
And that's what I'm trying to say. Why aren't we using that energy of these kids coming together? Because everybody's saying, okay, they need to do something. Well, they're doing something. So the only response I see from the mayor is now criminalization. And you can argue, well, they smash things and get on things. Well, why are they letting them to get to that point? Why isn't
you gotta look at it from a perspective. You gotta look at it from a perspective of a people who have been in captivity for over 400 years.
Okay.
And that has been under the bondage of another people, and that comes from our own doing. But a lot of us repent from that. That's how come we are able to move forward and give our ministry and our testimony towards others to make them and help them get out of that life. So that's why in a ministry area, it says that your ministry is your misery is your ministry. So whatever you are going through in life, that's going to be the testimony for someone else to hear, so that they can get through whatever trials and tribulations that they are going through. And how were they able to repent from their sin? So if we look at it in a better perspective, as the Most High and Yahushua, or Jesus has said, we'll see it in a better way. We just all got to realize that many are called, only a few will be chosen. And in the Word, it talks about 144,000. And we were chosen for a reason. So it is our people, which are actually the Puerto Ricans, the blacks, the Mexicans, the Haitians, the Dominicans, and every other nation that follows that's supposed to be getting in order. So until we start doing that, everything is going to be out of order. You, as an encourager of things getting better in life, you should encourage the brothers and sisters who are from this royal family. You should be encouraging them to get as closely to those brothers and sisters who know who they are.
What do you think? I'm going to ask you this question. What's your position on separation or integration? What do you think about that? Because that's an age-old argument. Where do you fall on? What are you thinking about that? Is it separation or integration? What's your idea about that?
The separation part is very key, though.
Okay.
And the only reason why separation makes it even better, because you're separating from the evil.
Okay.
So if you separate yourself from the evil, you understand that there's no way that you'll be associated to it.
I never heard it that way. I love that. That's great. So you're saying it's better to separate a little bit and get whatever you need to get, right? Now, what do you think?
What do you think holy? What do you think holy means?
What do you mean, Kobe?
Holy means separating. You're separating yourself from the unrighteous and you're becoming righteous. That's what holy means.
Wow, I never knew that. I never knew it. I appreciate that. That's why I wanted you on the show. You have so much knowledge, and we need to share this knowledge. I never knew that.
I'm humbled. All praises goes to all praise, glory, and honor goes to the Most High Yahweh. I've been taught by many teachers, so I'm humbled to many teachers. So to speak that, I sat in front of Minister Farrakhan. I sat in front of Ben Ami, I sat in front of Nazi Gaziel. I sat in front of very, very, very powerful brothers.
Okay.
So in my humbleness, I had to sit down in front of them and become a servant to them.
So
before anybody can become a leader, they first must learn how to serve.
And so what I'm hearing is we have to understand the fact that when there's evil and there's bad stuff happening, we have to help each other, and we have to make sure we separate from that evil. And I think somebody was talking about this earlier, and this is something that came up today. There's a lot of abandoned businesses down on the south side and in the east side, and I commented this way: you can't rely on the institutions that bankrupted you and put drugs into your neighborhood. You need to focus on yourselves, focus on your neighborhood, and rebuild your neighborhoods, not relying on that institution that got you to the place that you're at today. I think that's the only way to rebuild some of these neighborhoods. That's my view. You can't go to the banks and can't go to the loan people. You have to rebuild them by a hand, up from the bottom up, and be self-sufficient.
Which is actually true. Yes, you know, our names was, especially in America, our names are under the development of trust fund.
Okay.
Now, let's say that everyone had the equal opportunity as everyone else has an opportunity to reach. Now, let's say, like in our communities, we can rebuild our communities by developing our communities with the carpenters and the engineers and those who know this, and the mechanics and all these people who know this.
Right.
Why not build it with them and teach the children the same things, the same fundamentals, just like as in agriculture?
Right.
How would our children know how to plant anything if they don't know nothing about planting? So we have to teach them agriculture. People would rather replace agriculture with genetically modified organisms and artificial intelligence.
Right.
Now, if you start listening and you paid attention to what those words mean and what the definition of those words mean, you would be offended knowing that artificial, which is not real, and then intelligent is smart.
No one gets that one, do they, my brother?
You motherfuckers really are not real smart.
I know what that means. You know what that means. And then these guys are making billions of dollars selling that stuff. Billions.
Selling that bullshit.
It's artificial intelligence. It's not real, bro.
It's not real, bro. So why are y'all putting that much effort into building some shit that you know is gonna fall and fail?
I love you, my brother. Brother, I need to make you we need to do a regular show on the regular, bro.
The John and Jeremiah show.
There we go, man. Artificial intelligence. It's fake, bro. Do you get that? Oh, man. Well, how are we going to fix the food situation? Go ahead.
The food situation is so easy, bro. We got grants. There's grants for food. You got motherfucking, they give out link cards, bro. How unintelligent are you? You got housing grants. How unintelligent are you? They are derived off of trust. Come on, man. What makes it so complicated to erase something that is so easy to erase and make it better?
Yep, there you go. See, I mean, I don't know. You make it sound so simple because sometimes when we do our things, and I'm sure you get into this, you get into your rhythm, and on your show or I'm on my show or you're talking to people and you're in your rhythm, you have to take yourself out of yourself so you can listen and hear. You know what? It's simpler than we think. We make it too hard. You know what I'm talking about? It's too complicated.
The Bible says to keep it simple and sweet. That is called the KISS. KISS. Keep it simple and sweet.
There we go. So why don't you tell us what's going on in the Bayou? If you got anything going on, any events, what people should get plugged into? What's going on down Bayou? Something that we can help you out with.
We're always on that 90 days straight summer heat pressure. Well, this one is called the 90 days straight New Year's summer heat pressure, melting and evaporating ice. Celebration of life movement, marriage in the suburb of the land. It is very important for us to get connected back to the Most High so that we can move forward as complete. So while we're going through this wilderness, which is actually the hour of the Most High Yahweh, a day to Yahweh is as 1,000 years. So how would you even know what the hour is if you don't have your prophets there to tell you exactly what it is? So that's why it was a secret. So, and all Yahweh's secret is revealed through his prophets.
So
in the spirit, and Jeremiah means prophet of Yahweh, by the way, for those who don't know. So, ordained prophet of Yahweh. So I live in my spirit, I live in order. So I'm an ordained prophet, so I live in that. Real Talk Radio LLC was derived off the idea of living in realness. And the Most High shared that with me. So I'm humbled with this because I have a seal now. And the seal is in Revelation chapter 7. You can go look it up. Revelation chapter 7. You tell me what that seal means. And I have a seal. It's called Real Talk Radio LLC. So now it becomes a little more spiritual to me.
There you go. What's going on down there with you? Should people, I know people should listen to your show, but do you got something coming up? Any events? Any activities? Any activism?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a boxing event coming up in Humboldt Park. The children are going to be out there doing a boxing event. And then we have every day we're just out there playing basketball. So we get that 5-on-5 basketball tournament going. That'll be real good over by Calumet Park.
So Calumet Park, what times and what days?
Man, if you're out there by 12 o'clock, just get out there and be freelance. You know what I'm saying?
Old school.
Look, because that's how we bring the community into the community and have fun doing what we're doing.
You still play 21 or you don't play 21 anymore?
Bro, I tore my Achilles a few years ago and I'm starting to get back. So you know how it is.
See, you know I'm from the street when I say play 21. Some people probably listen and say, what's that? What's that, man?
No, we out there, bro.
or fast pitch. They don't know none of that. 21, fast pitch. They don't know none of that. That's Chicago stuff. If you didn't grow up on the street, you don't know what that is. You know what I mean, brother?
I come from the Bronx, New York, so bro. And the New York Knicks are right now in a champion. They're gonna be the champions.
That was a rough game yesterday, my brother.
Y'all already know that was politics, bro.
Why? Come on now.
Come on, bro. Look, you already know they're making the numbers and they're making all these funds and shit, and that's some crazy shit, though, man. Let the Knicks destroy the motherfucking city so we can rebuild this motherfucker back up.
You're crazy, man. That was a great game, though. It was a good game yesterday.
I want to make it clear. They already said they're going to do it out there in New York. So I give them all courage. Yeah, look, I got my hands up, my fists up in the air. Let's go, y'all. We got this. We're the champions. Look, New York represents the world right now.
Yeah, it
does. We're with the civilians, the people that's on the planet right now.
Mm-hmm.
And in actuality, there's really 144,000 of us that's really doing it the right way. And for those brothers and sisters who are encouraged to follow a path that's going to make us move in a righteous way, go check out them brothers. And you're going to see them. You're going to know who they are.
Yep.
Yahweh Shah says something very important. He said, have I not said that I am only here for the lost sheep of the house of Israel? Now that's very key because the house of Israel was scattered across the four corners of the earth. And now because this is so beautiful. I bring good news that Yakwasha Israel has been saved. And in John 3:10, it says, "Are you a master of Israel and not know these things? We bring good news that nobody wants to hear us. Many are called, only a few will be chosen." So I'm just going to keep living in that humbleness and pray that everybody can really see it and let us move forward.
And that's what we need to do. My grandpa kept saying that. That's the only word you should remember. And he used a Hungarian word. Ela. It's E-L-O with an umlaut R-E. Forward. There's no other way to go except to go forward. Because, you know, when you go backwards, they shoot you in the back. My two uncles were shot in the back, and I said this a few years. I only say this once in a while. I don't like talking too much. My great uncles, two of them were killed by police in Europe. They're shot in the back. You know, they said disperse, and they said, well, disperse. And when they were dispersing, they tricked them and shot them in the back. That's how they killed them, you know. So you never turn your back on nobody, no man. You go forward like Jeremiah just said. Don't never turn your back no matter what you think it is. Because you rather die like the other saying, you rather die on your feet than on your knees. Don't ever die like that. You go forward no matter what. Don't give up. Don't ever die on your knees. Don't ever beg for anything. You go forward and whatever happens. God will take care of you. God takes care of you in the end. He knows who's the justice and he knows who's right. And he knows who's righteous. And you go forward, he knows what you're doing. See, you got me preaching too, my brother.
Hey, Yokanam, look, John, it even said that Yakwasha allowed him to stay in the prison just so that he can, just so that he can feel how it felt.
Yep. Yep, there you go. Well, all right, Jeremiah, thanks a lot. Tell people how they can listen to your show, how they can get a hold of you. Tell them your channel, tell them everything. Go ahead.
Man, we on Real Talk Radio LLC. We on Facebook and YouTube. And Twitter and TikTok right now. We only utilize those three right now because there are so many imposters, saying that they Real Talk anything. But if it ain't Real Talk Radio LLC, it's not me. I'm your host, Brother Jeremiah, with Real Talk Radio LLC, where our talk is always real. I appreciate this time, John.
I appreciate you, my brother. We're gonna do something. Maybe I'll come out. We'll do some 21. Two old guys playing 21. How about
John,
that?
I need tires, bro. I need tires for my bike, bro. We gotta get to a bike shop for real. I'll go riding out there with you. I'll bring the whole 144,000 with us.
Sounds like a plan.
We'll do this for real.
All right, take it easy, Jeremiah. Thanks for being on. I'll give you a call on a regular basis. I think we should have you on once a week. How about that? And I got to get on your show, too, all right?
That sounds good, John. SubNews, man. Tune into SubNews, man. Man, when y'all reach out to Dreadhead Cowboy, tell that brother he has to hit us. Come march around here so we can get it. Take these kids off the street, man.
All right, take it easy, Jeremiah. Thanks.
All right.
Give me a medium vanilla milkshake.
Bad or something? Bad or something?
On what?
Bad or something?
To who?
Me and her.
For what?
Okay, that's all?
Buying who? What are you talking
Let's
about?
wing milk, please.
I need a make double meal.
You got nicer shoes than I have, my brother.
Somebody gave me these.
How about that nice shirt you got there, brother? And those nice pants. You want to see? Want me to get out of the car and show you my clothes?
Look the way I look at it.
And you got earbuds, man. They're expensive and all of that stuff, man. Medium milkshake, man. Did you get that? Hello? I guess I missed my order here. Let's go. I need to get a milkshake. They're asking for money and they got nicer clothes than I got on.
Hello, welcome to McDonald's. You be using your mobile today?
No, do you got a medium vanilla milkshake?
Frequency mode.
Is that okay?
Huh?
Medium vanilla milkshake.
Yeah, they already took your order first speak with Andrew again. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that, brother.
Oh, yeah, bro.
That was somebody else talking to me over here, asking me to buy them something, man. I don't know what's going on. All right, I'll pull up, all right?
Yeah, first thing, thank you.
Yeah, Ms. Zidor. Yeah, there you go, man. I haven't had Jeremiah on for a long time, so we need to start having different people on the show. We need to talk different ideas. We need to get together and start...
Units in 8 citywide battery in progress, 63rd and Artesian and 63rd. We have a female black, short hair, fighting a male black, 5'7", 180 pounds, gray skull cap, hat green, sweatshirt, fade shorts in the middle of the street. Nothing Friday, zone 6 clear.
Oh, sorry. Somebody started saying buy them something. I was on the speaker. What are you talking about? Buy you something. I don't get it. Why do people have to do that, man? Not even nice.
7383 Chapel.
I understand helping people, but you know what I mean? You gotta work a little bit. Take it easy, young lady.
Criminal damage to property on Chicago and Wabash.
Chicago and Wabash. Criminal damage to property.
Yes, it's pending.
Yeah, sorry about that. Somebody, when I was talking, they're like, buy me something.
Just have a paper car.
It is what it is. I'm alright. Thank you. Give me a couple of napkins if you can, brother.
I think it might be in a backlog, so.
Appreciate it. Have a good night, alright? You be safe, alright?
Pancake in the astrology shop. But now it's paying 35-40, black sweatshirt, white button-up shirt, jeans. He's going eastbound on Chicago.
Eastbound on Chicago. Criminal damage. Chicago and Wabash. Somebody smashing up stuff. There you go, man. That's imprisonment. When you do crime, you imprison yourself. That's what Jeremiah thought. You got to free your mind, man. Criminality is criminality, man. You do what you want to do. That's true. Man, you hear that? They're smashing up something down on Chicago and Wabash behind us. And we got to go back down there and let's see this. Right?
3214. 30 minutes at 18th State. Wait, 18th and State or 18th and Lakeshore Drive? There's someone else. That's very much, sir. 100. Coming in. 09910. 09910. 735.
You've had for Howard in the red, please.
Sinclair in Ohio, sure. 09943. 09943.
I had to cool off. I got me a milkshake. It's hot outside. I'm gonna stop drinking. By the way, I'm gonna stop drinking coffee in the summer. I don't think that's good coffee in the summer. Not in the heat.
Can have 09967
What's the number for this?
3730 Eddie for what? Here's 1004. Jardine 1005. Okay, have one. 32 units in 8 citywide battery in progress. 63rd and Artesian and 63rd. We have a female black, short hair, fighting a male black, 5'7", 180 pounds, gray skull cap, hat green, sweatshirt, beige shorts in the middle
stuff
of the street.
in a store, Chicago and Wabash. Suspect left and is fleeing on Chicago.
You get a call about a criminal damage to property on Chicago and Wabash a few minutes ago.
389. Yeah, it's pending.
10-4, they waived the sound. We're here. If you could just send a paper car whenever you get it to time.
Yeah, pending on the 18th district. I think it might be the backlog.
There you go, backlog, right?
Pancake in the astrology shop. Under the mouse bag, 35-40, black sweatshirt, white button-up shirt, jeans. He's called eastbound on Chicago.
Don't have enough squads for a battery and assault in progress, Chicago and Wabash.
33 friends.
I have a 2-4 coming in. 214? 3214, go ahead.
30 minutes at 18th State. Lunch. 7383 John.
You just heard it, right?
Units in 8 citywide battery in progress. 63rd and Artesian. Artesian is 63rd. We have a female black. Short.
7383 John.
7383 John.
Did you get a call about a criminal damage to property on Chicago and Wabash a few minutes ago?
Yes, it's pending.
10-4, they waved us down. We're here. If you could just send a paper car whenever you get it to sign.
Yes, it's pending on the 18th district. I think they might be at a backlog, so look at somebody when they can. They got a damage to property. Hispanic Kitchen Astrology Shop. Under the male Hispanic 3540, black sweatshirt, white button-up shirt, jeans. He's going eastbound on Chicago.
783 John.
783 John.
Hey, Scott, can you also, once you're not attached to the name for that,
I'm going to have a 2-4 coming in.
Criminal damage to property.
3214. Go ahead.
You have a subject stop.
18 to state.
Wait,
18th in state or 18th in Lakeshore Drive?
where are you at with the subject?
That's okay. I'll just fix it. Give me 1 second. I'd enjoy lunch, sir. 10032. If you need that much. 73. Somebody Frank coming in.
Chicago.
83 Frank, go ahead.
Lunch location, St. Clair, Ohio.
Alright, 83 John, go with the name. St. Clair, Ohio, sure. Enjoy lunch. 1003.
383 Eddie.
783 Eddie.
Number for the bus red, please. 22 July 85.
10040.
That's 3.
Are you okay with the subject in 10-3?
I use 2, 1 for
Navy Piers 10048. 10048. Jardine 10051. Okay, stand by, please. I'm ready. Stand by. 789.
Yes, squad. Show me Adam and Boy on car 7031 going to Pulaski.
Adam, could you give me a moment, please? Okay, blue line from where?
I'm from Cicero.
10060.
He has a temporary driver's license, Antonio C. Munoz on the payload. 783 John. Explain 827 Hey, Squad, can you run a name and also, once you're done, attach this name to that pending ticket for the criminal damage to property?
Are they going to want to press charges? Do you have a subject stop?
4. We'll let you know. We're still figuring stuff out.
1 second. Where are you at with the subject? I'll see if I can get them to send you a car if they can. 50 Chicago?
Sorry, Squad, yeah, 50 Chicago.
Alright, hey, John, go with the name.
San Munoz, Mike Union, or Ocean Zebra. First name Antonio, common spelling, middle of Charlie, 22 July 85.
And 7383, Adam, I believe. Are you okay with the subject until? Okay, so I'm going to find anyone.
Yeah, we're
good. That is 10112.
383 Adam.
Okay, stand by, please. I'm running your name. Stand by.
83 Adam.
Adam, could you give me a moment, please? Alright, it looks like he has a temporary driver's license, Antonio C. Munoz on the Palos Hills. Expiring 8/27 of 2026.
Simple.
Are they going to want to press charges, or what's happening?
We'll let you know. We're still figuring stuff out.
Okay, I'll see if I can get them to send you a car as soon as I can.
7-4, thanks, Wes. Hey, Adam.
Short-handed. You hear it, right?
Adam.
This number 0 station, blue line.
Yep, it's 10108. And 7383, Adam, I believe, is coming in.
83 Adam, squad 8, that's for 95th red line.
Yep.
That is 10112.
We're caught up with the radio calls. But I think what we need to start doing is getting more voices on this show and start talking about things. And there's whatever is happening. We need to talk about it. Well, one of my things is like we were talking with Jeremiah. You have all these kids that end up someplace. First of all, the police let it happen. That's a fact. That's already documented. There's no going around. The police allowed the trends to happen. They know they're happening. They watch the kids going there, so they allow the crowds to grow big. If you don't want the crowds, you can shut them down right when they start. So that's the first thing. The police and the city allowed the trends to happen. Sometimes they end up nice, no problem. Some end up with shootings and killings like over the weekend. So the question has to be is why does the city allow these things to happen? And secondly, if they're allowing these things to happen, why aren't they doing some positive activities there? Why? Because they're kids. And there's like Jeremiah said, there's good influences and bad influences, right? It's everywhere. You can't have life without the good and the bad. They're together. Sweet and sour, night and day, sugar and salt, right? It's all out there, right? You can't stop it. That's natural life. But you got to think about this. You have a person who continues to say he's a teacher, he's an organizer. I'm a teacher and I'm an organizer. I'm a teacher and I'm an organizer. Yet he's not teaching and he's not organizing. He's doing neither. Instead, he goes to Rome. Instead, he has a bunch of cops around him. I don't know. And now he sends cops to do what? Kind of watch, arrest? I don't know what the cops are doing. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't understand what's the role of the police, right? I just posted a video. Did you guys see it on I know I did it on Twitter. I don't know if I did it on Facebook. There's a video of there you go. You got the people begging right here, right? With her child. It's 5:30. It's dinner time. I don't know what's going on there. It's hot. She's on her phone. The lady's on her phone. She's not supervising her children. So you see this, right? Let me show you this. So she's doing things that are illegal under state and city law, right? Right there, right? And she's on her phone. There's a phone in her hand. She's not even doing her, whatever she's doing with the chocolates, selling chocolates. She's on her phone. She's got 2 kids with her. So what is she doing there? What is she doing? What is she physically doing? You see the lady there? She's on her phone. She's not paying attention to her children. That's child abuse. That's straight child abuse. It's 94 degrees out. You see the temperature? Look, it's 94 degrees. There's kids there. Look at that. They're all antsy. They're doing whatever they're doing. They're being used by the adult. We don't even know if that's their parent. And she's not paying attention to them. She's on her phone. Got that? That's what you're watching there. So just like the teen trends, why are the city allowing that stuff, right? I don't know. This is in the radio call. That's an important one there.
33 down.
Oh, 5:30 news. Sorry, man. We got too much going on today. We're moving. 5:30 news. 5:30 news. Then we'll get back to the radio.
This was a hostile act that took down the Apache helicopter. And I don't know if this was directly tied to it, but probably was, that U.S. military had to respond. So this has become a commonplace.
And just now, Iran says it will respond to the U.S. strikes. Iranian state media reporting explosions on an Iranian island in the Strait of Hormuz. Its foreign minister saying the best way for foreign forces near the strait to reduce their risk is for them to leave. This is ABC News.
It is 5:31. The news continues now in Chicago. Aldermen digesting updated information about police response times. This is before and after the mayor canceled the city's contract for the so-called ShotSpotter gunshot detection system. WBBM political editor Jeff Buchholz tells us the author of the controversial study testified today.
We try to bring data rather than speculation to respond to fear.
Professor Stephen Vargas from the University of Chicago told aldermen he recently compared police response times for the first 9 months of 2024, when the city had ShotSpotter, to the same period last year when it did not.
Response to priority 1 calls improved by about 2.5 minutes.
Vargas says that's because in his analysis, most ShotSpotter alerts resulted in nothing. However,
I'm not telling you that turning ShotSpotter off is what produced these numbers.
And Vargas says Chicago's contract with ShotSpotter spells out that the company, and not the city, owns the data, which makes it difficult to evaluate whether it actually works.
What's missing here is a benchmark.
Far South Side Alderman Peter Chico says his benchmark is how ShotSpotter guides police to shootings when no one calls 911.
It's a matter of common sense.
And Vargas urged aldermen to prioritize data over gut.
A lot of things that I think are commonsensical. Truly, 95% of the time, I'm wrong.
We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles.
There you
News
go.
Radio 1059. WBBM.
Convicted felon who police say was passed out behind the wheel of a car with a loaded gun on the passenger seat will remain in jail. According to the DuPage County State's Attorney's Office, 36-year-old Deontay Hentz of Joliet was arrested Saturday when Elmhurst police officers pulled up behind a vehicle stopped in a lane of traffic around 1:10 a.m. Police say in addition to the loaded gun, officers Hentz is facing several charges, including unlawful possession of a weapon by a felon and 2 counts of misdemeanor DUI. His News Radio still on what they call blatant mistreatment by U.S. officials.
The World Cup cannot be a hunting ground for the Department of Homeland Security.
Mohammed Sankari with the Arab American Action Network says teams and officials from Iraq, Iran, and Somalia have already been unfairly targeted, even detained at O'Hare and other U.S. airports.
It is totally unacceptable for a host nation of an international sporting competition to treat people this way.
Immigrant rights advocates also say many are concerned about the potential for ICE to target matches and watch parties in Chicago and elsewhere throughout World Cup competition.
This administration and their racism and their continued targeting of immigrant communities and communities across the United States puts at risk our community's ability to gather, to come together and watch one of the most important sporting events that happens every 4 years.
Andy Day, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
All the while, stadium workers in Los Angeles now say they've reached a tentative contract deal averting a strike ahead of the U.S. men's soccer team's opening World Cup match on Friday. The union represents 2,000 bartenders, servers, cooks, and dishwashers at SoFi Stadium. They voted last week to authorize a strike after contract talks stalled with the stadium's food service provider. And the Iranian Soccer Federation claims fans' tickets for the World Cup games have been revoked.
FIFA has revoked the ticket allocation for Iran fans at the team's 3 World Cup games in the US, the National Soccer Federation claims. Each federation for the 48 teams taking part is entitled to receive and distribute 8% of studio capacity for each of its games at the World Cup, adding up to several thousands of tickets just days before Iran opens its World Cup fixtures. The Federation claims in a statement reported by semi-official state media that it is now unable to provide any tickets to its supporters. The claim adds to the turmoil between Iranian soccer, FIFA, and tournament co-host the US. I'm Charles Delevesque.
And a new poll reveals what Americans think about President Trump's job performance so far.
The president's approval rating now at just 35% in the latest Reuters Ipsos poll, virtually unchanged from April and May. When it comes to the economy, only 21% of adults approve of how the president is handling inflation, and only 22% say he's doing a good job on the cost of living. That's worse than President Biden, who ended his term with a 29% approval rating on the cost of living. In terms of the war, only 29% of Americans think the president is doing a good job in regard to Iran.
It's ABC's Sherry Preston coming up in a minute. Low gas prices, traffic, and weather together.
See more ABC.com for details. Summer is on the way.
Every president has those low numbers, especially in their second term. He's a lame duck anyways. He can't run, so it is what it is. That's why he's doing something. I still don't agree with his going to war stuff. He said he would never go to war, and he went to war. I don't know why he did that. But whatever. I think the more important news was that we don't hear certain things on the news. And I'll say this. And then we'll go back to the radio calls, the crime, right? I'll say this. Do you hear anything positive on the news? Think about it. I put out a 5 or 6 point plan on how to take care of the teen takeovers. I'd send it out. Let me repost it. I don't know whether I put it as a comment or I did a post or I wrote an article. I do so much writing, I don't remember half the stuff I do anymore. I can't remember from the morning to the night sometimes. My brain just runs and I gotta sleep, and I'm trying to get on a different sleep schedule. I am not gonna be staying up all night anymore. I already made that decision. My family's told me they're concerned about my health. especially my youngest son. He says, Dad, you need to stop that. I want you to change your schedule. So I am. And it's very difficult for me because now I used to stay up. You guys know it. Some nights I stay up and don't go to sleep for 2-3 days. I'm getting a little older. I can handle it. But the other thing is my health. I want to get back to being healthy. I was really healthy in the old days. Let's go over here on, you know what? We'll go on, why don't we go on Lake Street? So I'm trying to get on a regular sleep schedule. I used to get up at 4:30 in the morning every day and go biking and jogging. I don't know if I'll get to that point. But the idea is to go to sleep, do my stuff before I go to sleep, whatever videos, articles, whatever I need to process. Get up early, do some exercising. I'd like to get back to videotaping the sunrise. I used to do the sunrise every day. I don't know how many sunrises I did. That's all disappeared. That was on my original Facebook account. I was doing sunrises every single day. That's gone. All of those videos are gone. I mean, I was all over the place doing sunrises. I used to do them at Oakwood Beach. You know where that's at? Yeah, I used to do me and Cayman. We used to do challenging, and he used to be down at Promontory Point. We used to do dueling sunrises. And then I think somebody else, then Skilling was doing that too, because Tom Skilling was still around, and he started doing sunrise. He did sunrises sometime. He has a condo on the north side. So we were doing, there was a bunch of us doing sunrises, live feeding sunrise. It was pretty cool. So I guess I'm just going around and saying that I'm going to be changing my schedule, changing how I do things, as it's my health that's important. Like last night I went home, and I was with my sons. We watched the basketball game. There was a mass shooting last night. I missed it. But guess what? There's other people. Armando Sanchez, I think that's his name. He's a photographer for the Tribune, I believe. I worked with him on a few projects. Me and him, I went off on him a few times on some other things, but he takes really good pictures. If there's stuff out there, I'm going to use it. You guys all know my issue with my credentials now. I have multiple reporters that work for SubX.News, so they have access to that data. So we're gonna still be publishing it. We can still publish it, but we need to go through my other reporters to get the information. That's what we got to do. So we're okay on the crime data. That's good. The only thing is we're gonna see how much I really be going out after 10, 11 o'clock. I don't know if I will anymore on crime scenes. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I didn't used to go on crime scenes about 3 years ago, and I started doing it. Now I'm thinking about stuff, what I need to do, and I'm going to be honest with everybody now. It is a little dangerous out there. When you have about 4 to 5 mass shootings in less than a week and a half, it's extremely dangerous. That's some dangerous stuff right there, right? There you go, man. Debt School, DETT. Look it up. Substance News, SubX.News. Debt School. That used to be a school. It was a black school. Black staff, black teachers, black everything. I interviewed people who live in this area. They said, one guy lived right across the street, says I used to work there. That was my job. Say I was a black school. He goes, yep, black school. You know who tore down this school? It wasn't Rahm. It wasn't Lightfoot. It wasn't Daley. It wasn't Vallis. The person who approved the demolition of Debt School, an all-black school that was shut down, was Brandon Johnson. Brandon Johnson demolished that school. He did the demolition order under his administration, yeah. So that's what you get. So what I want to say is I want to do something different and do something, I don't know, I haven't figured it out yet. I'm doing a lot of other stuff, right? And actually I have my own issues that I need to deal with, go to court and all of these things, and I'm doing FOIA requests, as you see. But this is what I want to say, and listen to the news. We'll listen to the 6 o'clock news again. If you're an organizer and you're a teacher and you're part of one of the bigger or most vocal unions in the United States, the teachers union, CTU. Oh, there we go. You got cops coming, right? I don't know where they're coming from. From behind me. Detectives, unmarked.
Frequency mode.
Going south down Western. If you're supposedly a teacher, you're supposedly an organizer, you've been put in power by pretty strong union. Do you hear? We'll go this way. How about that? We'll see where they're going, right? I should just stay on Lake Street.
2-1.
I'll go back to Lake Street. I don't know where those guys went. We'll hear it, we'll go. So, do you hear anything positive? Any positive messages? Any, let's do this, let's do this? You don't hear any positive messaging. None. Zero. It's like they want bad publicity. They want the negativity. They want the crime. They want the death. They want the destruction. I just caught the tail end of that peace protest down there on 79. I've seen some pictures, and I'll put it up if I see some videos. But shouldn't it have been broadcast? Shouldn't it have been live feeding? Shouldn't you tell, since you got these crony news reporters, right, that lick the boots, them, they repost verbatim press releases. They don't even hide it. Then why aren't you doing press releases on the positive stuff? You kind of get where I'm going with this? Why aren't you doing that? You know, I used to ride the alleys out here, right? Sometimes I check out what's going on back here. It gets wild back here.
David out of vehicle 7860.
Why don't we hear about these positive activities?
Yep, try now.
Right? We don't hear about any of them. Oh man, there's some good lumber there. Let's go check out that lumber over there. Kind of get where I'm going with that, and then we're going to catch up on the radio calls. That's what we're going to do next. Audio here, radio calls, and I got to pull over and get my bearings here, because I'm starting to go into circles, and I don't like that. I got to stop, I got to listen to the radio, and then decide where I'm going. There's gang signs there, right?
Yeah, 09964. 09964. Hey, 83 Jack, can you hang around for just a couple minutes? They're sending a 99 unit your way for the paper, okay?
Top 4. 737 Charlie.
What was that? 99 for what? What? Is that the Chicago Avenue one?
738 John.
Let's listen, is that the Chicago Avenue one?
738 John. You get a call about a criminal damage to property on Chicago and Wabash a few minutes ago.
Yes, it's pending.
7-4, they waved us down, we're here. If you could just send a paper car whenever you get it to sign.
Yes, it's pending on the 18th district. I think they might be in a backlog, so they'll get somebody when they can. They gotta have somebody else back in the strong job. But in the mail bank, 3540, black sweatshirt, white button up shirt, jeans,
southbound on here, male black wearing a white shirt, black shorts.
Brent Kim after the caller's kids splash water in the affected small child space. District 19 zone 2 station clear.
33 Frank.
I have a 2-4 coming in.
214.
3214, go ahead.
30 minutes at 18th Estate for lunch.
Wait, 18th and State or 18th and Lakeshore Drive?
Lakeshore, my apologies.
That's okay, I'll just fix it.
So that's an old call. That's at 510. Now let's check this one here.
Alright, it looks like he has a temporary driver's license.
We heard that one.
He knows how to pay the bills.
Hey, Adam.
Can we hear this one?
33 John.
Something happened. That's what I want to get to.
83 Jack, can you hang around for just a couple minutes? They're sending a 99 unit your way for the paper, okay?
Top 4. 733 John.
783 John.
Hey, Bud, can I get the event number for this oddity that we're on?
Yeah, 09964. 09964. Hey, 83 Jack, can you hang around for just a couple minutes? They're sending a 99 unit your way for the paper, okay?
Top 4. 737 Charlie.
787 Charlie.
Army run bus 85 northbound on
156.
He's from 57. What was on event one more time?
Yeah, 87 Charlie, 10156. 10156.
I was looking at this wood. Look at this. That's nice wood there. Look at this.
No, can you hold me down on the side of the
Good afternoon, Templar.
That's nice wood. That's heavy wood there. You can use that. That's here. You want me to show you how I know this is good wood? Let me show you this. I'm gonna have to start bringing my tools with me again. Let me show you. You know I used to do the wood. Who remembers when I used to do the wood? I've been doing the wood for a while. Look at this. You want me to show you this? This is not regular pallets. This is dimensional lumber. Those are 2x4s. You see how many you got? Those are good. The other thing is you want to see this isn't planking. You see that there? It's not the thin ones. It's thick. Look at that. And they're all the same. You can build a lot of cool stuff with that. Oh, sorry about that. See that there? Look. You can build a whole wall with this much lumber here. A wall of something. You take this all out. Look at it. See how thick that is? That's expensive lumber right there. That right there, you're looking at maybe 30 to 40 bucks of lumber right there. 30 to 40 dollars. Ain't no joke. And it's good lumber because it ain't junky. It's not the best. I wouldn't say that's furniture lumber, like indoor. It might be outdoor lumber, outdoor furniture. But that's good lumber there. You can build something nice with that.
215.
I got someone right with you. Got a person with a gun traveling northbound Lakeshore from Fullerton. Northbound Lakeshore from Fullerton. A gray Ford Focus, Lincoln 117.
They got gangbanging here. You see them bending the sign there?
He's pointing the gun with a laser sight on it and passing motorists. Last seen headed northbound in the far left lane.
What was that? We gotta write that one down. We gotta pull over here. That's an important call there. He's shooting at people on Lakeshore Drive? Are you serious? In the middle of rush hour traffic?
10190.
Holy cow, let's get that one on the record.
3215. I got someone right with you. Got a person with a gun traveling northbound Lakeshore from Fullerton. Northbound Lakeshore from Fullerton. A gray Ford Focus, Lincoln 117. Yeah, it's going to be 10190.
26th Street all the way to 63rd.
3215. Yeah, it's going to be 10190.
Two cars, not drivable.
3215.
215.
I got someone right with you. Got a person with a gun traveling northbound Lakeshore from Fullerton. Northbound Lakeshore from Fullerton. A gray Ford Focus, Lincoln 117,949. Apparently he's pointing the gun with a laser sight on it and passing motorists. Last seen headed northbound in the far left lane. Nothing further.
Can you repeat the plate?
I got Lincoln 117,949. That comes back expired on a gray 2010 Ford Coupe. And 3213, would you mind taking a ride with him?
3213.
Hey, can you take a ride with 15 just in case? Northbound from Fullerton, person with a gun and a gray Ford Focus. Lincoln 117,949. I guess he was pointing it with a laser at sight at motor.
Units at 19 is citywide within the battery in progress. 930 West Belmont Express stop. Complainant requesting police for in the center fighting an employee. Male black in his 30s wearing a white shirt with blue jeans. Unknown if any weapons.
Lakeshore Drive. Person pointing his gun at passing cars. He has a gun with a laser scope. Ford Focus.
Number for Blue Line going eastbound.
3215.
215.
I got someone right with you. Got a person with a gun traveling. He's pointing the gun with a laser sight on it and passing motorists. Last seen headed northbound. Lincoln 1. I got Lincoln 117949. That comes back expired on a gray 2010 Ford Coupe. And 3213, would you mind taking a ride with him?
3213.
Hey, can you take a ride with 15 just in case? Northbound from Fullerton, person with a gun in a gray Ford Focus. Lincoln 117949. I guess he was pointing it with a laser at sight at motor.
Units at 19 is citywide. We're getting a battery in progress. 930 West Belmont Express stop. Complaining requesting police for an offender fighting an employee. Male black in his 30s wearing a white shirt with blue jeans. Unknown if any weapons. District 19 zone 2 station clear.
7389 boy.
7389 boy.
Can I get a number for Blue Line going eastbound from Medical District, car number 7032.
Yeah, that's gonna be 10211. 733 King.
Red line check, collective division, please.
Yep, that is 10216.
7387 Adam.
787 Adam.
And I got a VIN number for 7940 from Hamilton, 40 eastbound.
There's a dude that was all jacked up over here before, remember that? Let's go see if he's still on it.
10221.
Remember that? It's right out there. I remember stuff. This is 2 months ago he was out here.
Yeah, 10-4. Last seen headed northbound from Fullerton approximately 7 minutes ago now.
We're in the area.
10-4.
88 Adam.
738 Adam.
You did up for a train ride on car 3213, Blue Line to Jefferson Park, Boyer.
Yep, that's going to be 10249.
5700 Adam.
700 Adam.
SPH is looking for the gray Ford Focus and just hit westbound 900 west on Montrose
What's
Avenue.
that dot there? That's weird.
Very good. All right, PH3 westbound, 900 West Montrose. And 3215 and 3213, you guys can take a wave off. I'm going to send this over to the 19th District. Okay. 215.
Why is that dot in the middle of my camera there, huh?
I'll be heading home, 47-something north of Racine.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, 4715 North Racine is where that vehicle is to. 4715 North Racine.
Unison 3 and Citywide, getting a person with a gun.
That dude's on drugs there.
Cottage Grove is 69. Colors in a silver Jeep Compass. There's a male in a black car with license plate George Adam 48473. Hit his car and pulled out a gun on him. The male cursed him out, then took off going northbound. We advised caller to pull over and wait for an officer. Caller pulled over in front of a place called Pris Lex. He's facing northbound. Got nothing further. Zone 7 clear.
You got white drug addicts, right? You got white drug addicts out here. You got whites, Hispanics, blacks, Asians. You got whatever you got out there. See that?
Yep, it is 10298.
Don't matter. Drugs don't discriminate. They never do.
Event number for a bus check at Roosevelt and Plastic.
Yep, that is 10321.
511 Eddie.
7511 Eddie.
Well, could you sign out 7531 David out of vehicle 7860?
Yep, try now.
Units at 19 is citywide. We're getting an assault in progress. 4400 North Lakeshore Drive at Montrose Beach. It says southbound. Javier says a male black wearing a white shirt, black shorts, threatened him after the caller's kid splashed water in the offender's small child space. District 19 zone 2 station clear.
Oh, man. We're gonna have to put that one on. That's a serious crime there, man. Threatening to kill somebody over water. Jesus Christ, man. What's the world coming to?
10383.
That's a wild call there, huh?
388 boy.
788 boy.
I take it one riding blue line north.
That's horrible.
725, please.
Yep, that is. There we go. 10394. 10394. 3212. And they're calling again for South
388 out.
7388.
Units at 19 at Citywide. We're getting an assault in progress. 4400 North Lakeshore Drive at Montrose Beach. It says southbound. Javier says a male black wearing a white shirt, black shorts, threatened him after the caller's kid splashed water in the offender's small child space. District 19 zone 2 station clear. 388 out.
7388 out. Yep, it is 10383.
388 boy.
788 boy.
I take it one riding blue line.
You can't even go to the beach no more. Listen to that one. That's a wild call there. One more time. Listen up.
Units at 19 at Citywide. We're getting an assault in progress. 4400 North Lakeshore Drive at Montrose Beach. It says southbound. Javier says a male black wearing a white shirt, black shorts, threatened him after the caller's kid splashed water in the offender's small child space. District 19 zone 2 station clear. 388 out.
7388 out. Yep, it is 10383.
388 boy.
788 boy.
I take it one riding blue line north. Car 725, please.
Yep, that is. There we go. 10394. 10394. 3212. And they're calling again for southbound at Oakwood. Did you ever find them?
There 3 times. I didn't see anything. I drove from 26th Street all the way to 63rd. I'll go back again. What exactly are they saying is over there?
Same thing. They said it was 2 cars, not drivable. They were both Jeeps. They did say tow trucks have arrived. Maybe they're on the off-ramp. They just haven't told us.
Come on over here.
Oh, yeah, that's true. There is that parking. Let me call him real quick, Paul. Give me just a second.
George.
785, George.
Can we get an operator over for a 47th Street relay, please?
Yeah, I'll give you 2 this time just for the future. I'm only allowed to give out 1 on third watch. 10430 and 10433.
Thank you.
No problem. 3212, we tried calling her back and she's not answering.
Okay, I'm gonna go drive over there one more time.
Third time's a charm.
6 o'clock.
211.
News. Listen up to what you hear.
High school athlete during a track meet. Earlier today, a jury found 19-year-old Carmelo Anthony guilty in the murder of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf, an athlete from a rival team. You're listening to ABC News.
This summer, visit the Museum of Contemporary Art Chicago and experience the joy.
Listen and see if you hear the city, the state, the county, anybody doing any positive commentary, not fake commentary. I'm not talking about past commentary. Oh, we did this. This is what we're doing. Come join us. that kind of commentary.
And it's guaranteed to make you move. This is not to be missed. Plan your visit at mcachicago.org.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases
6
awareness.
o'clock, Lake
So
Street's
here's the pop
empty.
quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
And the time now is 6:03 on Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. Good evening. I'm Glenn Marshall, and currently we're sitting under partly sunny skies here in Chicago. It's about 87 degrees out, but we're going to get partly cloudy and warm and sticky with a thunderstorm in spots late tonight with a low around 70 degrees. Tomorrow we'll start the day off partly sunny, breezy, hot, and then we'll get humid. We'll see a high of 92 degrees. AccuWeather's real field temperatures are letting us know it's going to be in the upper 90s. And tomorrow night, a couple of thunderstorms late. And it can be severe with damaging wind gusts, hail, and flooding downpours with a low of 72 degrees tomorrow night. Of course, we're going to look at that AccuWeather 5-day forecast at 6:15. But right now, our top story on News Radio WBBM. Chicago aldermen paused today to honor a city worker killed in a crash. Their death is bringing attention on efforts to make cycling on Chicago streets safer.
White drug addicts.
Political editor.
There's white drug addicts there, 3 of them.
His loss will be deeply felt. W. Robert Schultz III
He's
from
dead.
the Active Transportation Alliance paid.
They're talking about a dude they killed. The cyclist guys yesterday were going to unelect these people because they killed them.
Sentiment echoed by committee chair and Northside Alderman Daniel Laspada.
He was a committed and
you
joyful
killed him.
servant of this city.
Police say
They all
O'Neill was
talk
riding
bullshit.
in a painted bike lane south on Halsted near 32nd Friday evening when someone opened a door into him
that's
and knocked him under the
Cook
rear
County
wheels of a
Sheriff
passing
there
semi.
searching a
Maria
car. See that?
Montezuma spoke at the meeting. She expressed condolences for O'Neill's death, but suggested the city's bike lane program is being expanded at the expense of business parking and first responders.
Infrastructure can improve safety, but it cannot replace personal responsibility.
Laspada clapped back.
Riley was a completely responsible cyclist.
He then called for a moment of silence.
Thank you.
We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9, WBBM.
The author of a study touted by Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson as evidence that the ShotSpotter gunshot detection program doesn't work is telling aldermen that's not what his work shows. University of Chicago professor Stephen Vargas told members of a city council committee today that his breakdown of data suggests that police responded to the most serious calls for help about 2.5 minutes faster than before the mayor ended Chicago's contract with ShotSpotter.
Every ShotSpotter alert sends officers somewhere. Most alerts produce nothing. While officers work those alerts, the calls from people in crisis wait, and the queue backs up.
But he told aldermen that his research was not intended to show whether the end of ShotSpotter caused the increase.
So
in
the
response.
mayor lied.
He also said the city's contract with the company makes it hard to study its effectiveness because the city does not own the data generated by the system. And the mayor of Hammond is sounding pretty certain that the Bears are moving to his city.
To hear Mayor Thomas McDermott Jr. tell it, Illinois lawmakers should not waste their time with another attempt to keep the Bears in the state. He was speaking during a city council meeting, and he noted the vague wording in the Bears announcement last Friday that the team's board of directors voted to advance a stadium project in Hammond with the exact site to be selected.
A lot of people in Chicago media are criticizing what they thought was a vague wording from the Chicago Bears. I'm not criticizing it. I know why it was vague. I can't talk about that right now. But the Bears are coming to Hammond, Indiana. Okay, I want you to know that.
McDermott went on to say it's vague for a lot of complex reasons and added
County
it's
Sheriff
going to be
here.
the home stadium. Mike Krauser, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
And CTA, they're defending its decision to shorten some weekend trains this summer, in addition to weekend work on the Red Line subways throughout the month of June. This past weekend, there were a lot of complaints on social media about people trying to get around the city for big events such as the Chicago Blues Festival, Pokemon Go Fest, and the U.S. soccer match against Germany. Trains on the blue, orange, brown, and purple lines were reduced to only 4 cars. But on Monday, the CTA announced Blue Line trains will run at full length going forward this summer. The agency says cutting train length will reduce wear and tear and save money. And we are approaching 6:08. That means traffic and weather together on the 8th. And it's sponsored by Jewel Lasco, and we have a stall on the Kennedy. Here to explain is Trent Erickson.
All right, Glenn, we've got a stall on the Kennedy.
So now they're looking at me because I'm videotaping them. See that?
Jim from Cumberland to Fort Lawrence. And thank you to John calling in the WVBM Mercedes-Benz of Huffington State's traffic tip line at 855-780 Road with the update on that.
Oh, they are, man. They right away question people who do filming. When they say go film ice, they say film ice. But when you film them, they don't want you filming them. You see how the government works? When the government is oppressing you, they say what? Don't film us. When they're doing the oppression, right, they say, oh, yeah, go film them. Kinda get how that works? Got it. Everybody said that. Tom Dart, Tony Preckwinkle, Governor Pritzker, the mayor, all of them said, go film people. But when you film these guys doing their job, they get all weird on you, right? Right that? Where we at? Central Park now? There's a car pulled over here, right? What all these pricks are, man. They're fascists. They're fascists. They don't want you filming them. Because they know they're doing crap. They ain't doing good work. They allow crime to happen. They blame others. They blame the church. They blame people. They blame whoever except themselves, right? We're at Central Park, right? Lake and Central Park. Oh, what time is it? I'm going to throw this on Citizen app. Maybe Citizen knows what's going on here, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm setting up my Citizen app, right? There we go. There you go, right? It's Cook County Sheriff's doing pulling over of cars, right?
With a couple of thunderstorms late tomorrow night and a low tomorrow night.
SubX.News on the spot reporting. It is about 6:10 p.m. We're on Lake Street, right past Central Park. We're in Garfield Park. We have, I don't know, Cook County Sheriffs have a pullover here. Looks like they got a second car coming. We don't know what's going on here, right? A second car just pulled up. Again, these are Cook County Sheriffs. They're not Chicago police. And they got a car pulled over here. I don't know what they're doing over here. Right there. We're on the west side of Chicago. We don't know what's going on. We just pulled up on this scene here. That's what we did. Now we have a Chicago cop just passed by. So the Chicago police are passing by this, whatever it's going on here. We just have another guy just pulled up, another sheriff's car pulled up here. These are Cook County sheriffs doing something here with this car. We don't know what's going on, so. And the Chicago police just passed by, right? So now they're looking at me. What am I doing? I can tape whatever I want. There we go. They're concerned about taping rather than concerned about the crooks, right? There we go. So they're doing something. So another cop pulled up. Chicago police passed by. We don't know what's going on here. I don't know if there's somebody in the back of that car over there, right? Oh, there are not. Oh, I don't see any. I can maybe pull up. Oh, no, they're coming here. What do these guys want? So they're searching the car in there. See that there? Yeah, Cook County Sheriffs on Lake Street. We're a little past Central Park. There you go. Maybe I should... Oh, open the window and hear what they're saying, right? Trying to open the trunk, maybe? And we're on the west side of Chicago. I'm trying to open the trunk, it looks like, right? Oh, do your job, my brother. You don't have to look at me. I don't know why they're so concerned about what I'm doing. They all got cameras on and they're worried about somebody cameraing them. Gotta get how these cops are. If you're doing legal stuff, you're doing it. They're opening the trunk. See that there? They're trying to. So you got, I can't see the numbers on these squads. You got the one in front is 2455 squad. And the other one's 4623, I think. Sheriff's squads. So you got sheriff's police doing some vehicle search here, looks like. And Chicago police officer passed on by, right? And you gotta ask, well, what is the sheriff's doing, right? What is this about, right? What are they involved in, right? What kind of stuff are they doing, right? I mean, whatever, it is what it is. Crime is crime, so. Some people say, oh, it's good that we have more sheriffs and state police and others helping. But first of all, when you say crime is down, then why do you need more help? And the second and more important thing, what I started talking about 2-3 years ago, is jurisdictional integrity. So you got other police doing police work in your jurisdiction. People say, oh, that's always happened. Oh yeah, I'm not saying it didn't, but when you have them pulling over cars, doing shoplifting calls in downtown, you know what I mean? You would think the sheriff would be doing other types of work. It just shows and reinforces the ideas that CPD is shorthanded, right? So they're trying to open that trunk is what they're trying to do. They must be getting on the internet, trying to figure it out. So, those of you just tuning in, we're on Lake Street, just past Central Park. We're on the west side. This is Garfield Park. We're in the middle of it. We got 2 Cook County Sheriff's squads. 3 sheriffs here, and it looks like they're trying to get into the trunk of this car here, right? That's what they're trying to do, right? I don't know what this is about. We just pulled up on this one. I'll put on the radios. I don't think... I seen a Chicago cop pass by, and he didn't stop, so... I'll put on the this is the Chicago police radio. There's another sheriff pulling up now, a third one. There you go, man. This is something big here.
10752, 10752.
There's another sheriff that just pulled up. That's another sheriff right here. They're all Cook County sheriffs here on the west side. SubX.News. There you go, right? Remember this guy that's going to open the trunk for them?
3884. 88 boy. By fast, please get a number for Harlem Blue line. Harlem Blue, yeah, it's 10761, 10761.
There's another sheriff now. We got 4 sheriffs coming. Holy cow. There's a bunch of them. This sheriff land. Is this the Wild West? We in the OK Corral or something? Something's going on here. I had to figure out what the sheriffs are all doing on here. Alrighty. I'm trying to stay hydrated, by the way. Hope everybody is. Those of you watching from outside of Chicago, it is hot, humid, and muggy here. It's on my dash, it's 94 degrees. There's an unmarked now coming.
On the citywide, getting a battery in progress at Milwaukee.
There's an unmarked now coming.
Anonymous caller safety witness, a male Hispanic hitting a female Hispanic on scene.
So you got an unmarked that just pulled up. You got a marked there in front of him. You got a marked there and a marked there. And this something big.
Southbound on Sawyer. Female victim was last seen wearing a Mexico jersey with jeans, black New Balance shoes. Nothing further. 14.
I don't know what these guys are doing here, man. What's something big? They got 4 cars here. That guy must be the supervisor there, that white dude, right? With the short haircut. Right there. Maybe we should pull up and see what they're doing there. Do I have space in back of me? Yeah, I got some space in back of me, right? Why don't we do that? Let's see what they're doing back there, right? Let's see what they're doing. I think they're trying to get in that trunk is what they're doing.
Yeah, 10-4 is going to be 10786, 10786.
I don't know what they're doing here. They're doing something. We got one unmarked and 3 marked sheriff's squads here. It looks like there's a supervisor here, right? There's something going on here.
Sir, that's going to be 10791, 10791. Boy. A3 boy. Boy, flag, can I grab a number 4 up drive from Roosevelt and Ogden? Roosevelt Ogden for 87 boy is 10804, 10804.
They're trying to get into that trunk is what they're doing.
7363.
Can I get a, I would check at 35th and, for a drop-off. That number for 35th and the red line.
I can't hear. Let me close that back. I'll try to open my window so I can hear them talking.
10809, 10809.
I can't hear because there's a machine in back of me.
Adam.
87 Adam.
The number for lunch. 95 in Hoyne.
95 in Hoyne. Enjoy your lunch. If you need your numbers, it's going to be 10815. 10815.
138 ready.
8380.
The number for lunch at 26 on Wells, please.
Enjoy your lunch, Eddie. 108.
The door handles popped out. If you see that, the door handles popped out. The door handles popped out on the car. So maybe it's a stolen car. I don't know.
That number for 35th and Red Line. That's going to be 10822. 10822.
West side. We got 3 marked sheriff squads and 1 unmarked squad here trying to get into the trunk of a car, it looks like. It might be stolen. Looks like the whole door handle's ripped off. We don't know what's going on.
83 Henry. 83 Henry. For, back to the rail line.
They're going to jump start it now. You see that there?
Yep, you get 108.
It's a stolen car because they're using a USB to start it. You see that there? I'll show you. He took the USB cord. That's a stolen car there. I seen the one sheriff, he got in, and he's using a USB to start it. And, we're not gonna zoom in on that guy's butt, so that ain't gonna be a good movie, zooming in on anybody's butt. we're not the butt channel. We don't get into those videos, man. Once in a while we might do a butt video, but not today, man. We ain't doing no butt videos. Nah, that's not what we're into. He tried to start the car. He had like a USB cord. And look, this he can't. They might try to start it to pop the trunk there or something. I don't know what they're trying to do there. So how many sheriff's cops did it take to pop a trunk? Huh? What do you guys think?
1106, I'll clear, please. 1106, I'll plan. Enjoy your lunch. 10841. 10841.
You're listening to Police Channel Citywide 1. That's live broadcasting, by the way. You're listening to. You think they're gonna open that trunk or what? What do you guys think, man? What's the odds they can open that trunk? Who thinks they can open that trunk? Again, if you're just tuning in, we're on the west side. We're in Garfield Park. We're on Lake Street, a little west of Central Park. The street's right down behind us. There's 3 marked Cook County sheriffs and 1 unmarked sheriff's car here. It looks like they're trying to get in that car. When we first came up here, there was only 1 sheriff here. That's the one you're looking at in the back there with its lights flashing. And I don't know, it looks like they're trying to get into that trunk there or something. Might be a stolen car, I don't know. So. Police work is grunt work, right? There you go. They're trying to open the hood now, man. I don't know what they're gonna do here, man. These guys are doing something, man. What are they doing here, man? What do you guys think? Come on, man. I turned off the comment thing. What do you guys think they're doing here, man? At least look at Jason. Jason, you starting trouble? You're crazy, Jason. You're nuts. What's up, Smokey? What's up, Smokey? What are you doing, man? You good or not good? Are you guys with me? Yeah, that's Garfield Park, Malik. There's sheriffs, man. They're riding deep here, man. They're trying to get into the dude's car, into his trunk. Minneapolis, what's up, Malik? How's it going up there, man? They calmed down up there with all those shootings and killings, man? You know, I used to hang with somebody. I used to have my girlfriend used to Nicolette Park. You know where Nicolette Park is up in Minneapolis? Yeah, she used to live by that park over there, man. I used to hang up there, man. I like Minneapolis. That was when it was first going down in the early 90s, right there around there. You remember when Minneapolis was going down the hill? They were tearing down all those buildings. It was abandoned. That was bad. I had a good time there. She was a cool chick. Sherry was her name. I don't know where she's at anymore. That was a long time ago. I'm married now to somebody else. So, what's up, Malik? Yeah, we're watching Cook County Sheriff's here. Let me show you where we're at.
I'm getting a battery in progress at the red line.
Oh, there's another one that just showed up.
Female white kicking a mill on a platform.
That's my radio.
Wearing a red t-shirt. Any units nearby?
Red line platform kicking somebody. There you go. That's the live feed radio. I do have a license for that. I'm a ham operator. So now we got 1 car, 2 cars, 3. There's one in front of that guy, and there's one over there, right? So we got 5 here now.
You got eyes over there on the platform?
Belmont, somebody's beating. It sounds like the woman's beating the man. They can't get into that trunk, Malik. You got any ideas? You want me to tell them how to get in the trunk? Who's got you want me to tell? Yeah, Nicolette Park, man. See, I know some stuff, my brother. Oh, man, that was a long time ago, man. I shouldn't be talking about that. If my old lady watches the video today, she's going to say, you talking about her again? Like, man, I can't help it.
Zone sent it over. Said a female white was seen on the platform kicking a male. She's wearing a red t-shirt.
Female white kicking a male on Belmont. I'm gonna blame it on my viewers. I'm gonna say my viewers were asking about my old girlfriend in Minneapolis. It's your guys' fault. Oh man, so we're out here, yeah.
10886, 10886.
They can't get in the trunk, man. They gotta get a screwdriver, pop that sucker open, man. What are these guys doing, man? Man, they ain't got a brain trust here, do they, Malik? I mean, you put a street kid on it, he popped that trunk for you in no time, man. You got these dudes out here doing something. I don't know what they're doing. They're talking about a car, right? I don't know what they're doing here, man. What's up, Trina? We're watching, like, we got 5 sheriffs here, 5 sheriff squads trying to get into some car. I think it's a stolen car. We got a bunch of squads here. We got 3 marked, 2 unmarked, and it looks like they're trying to get into that car. It might be stolen. They try to jump it with the USB, did the ninja stuff, the Kia boy stuff, and they didn't get in there, man. It's like, man, you get yourself a ninja, man. He'll get in there. He'll be all right. You know? Whatever. Yeah, we've been out here. I don't know how long we've been here. How long we've been here now? I don't even know, man. 10 minutes, 5 minutes. So that guy's going. The supervisor's going. The unmarked are going. I don't know what, and I don't know what this is about. If they got anybody locked, because I think the original car is that one, the one in the back. When we pulled up, there was only 1 squad here, and they were in the car. I don't know what they were doing. Oh, it's the same thing like down here in Chicago. So the county sheriffs are helping the cops out. Yeah. Yeah, they got a lot of problems up there in Minneapolis, man. They need to fix up whatever they're doing up there, you know. And that's, they can't be killing citizens, you know, when they're in handcuffs, man. It's a bad move up there they did, you know, a few years ago. That's all I got to say about that one. When a person's in handcuffs, you shouldn't die in custody. It's like Gray. Didn't he die in Baltimore? Where did Gray die? In Baltimore, right? He was locked up. They killed him in the back of the truck. They were jumping around and he broke his neck, man. I forgot, right? I forgot the guy's first name, right? Yeah, look at some of these cases. You know, they rile everybody up. This or that, black or white, police brutality, leave people alone.
Unison 19 in the City West. We have a battery in progress at the Belmont stop on the Red Line station, the northbound platform. There's a female white kicking a male on the platform. The female was last seen wearing a red shirt. Zone 6, clear.
There you go.
Zone 2, clear.
You just heard it, right? So it came in again, right? Yeah, post that one, right? White female kicking a male on Belmont Red Line, right? White female kicking a male on the Belmont Red Line platform.
10-4, 10934, 10934.
Yeah, but when you have somebody in custody and already in handcuffs, yeah, you shouldn't be passing away, man. You need to be, you know, he's in your care. It's like I used to be a teacher. When you're in front of those kids, you can't let bad things happen to them, right? I try to explain that to them, to the school. I said, man, you gotta take care of these kids. When you're in the building, you gotta make sure there's no violence. You gotta make sure they're chilled out, relaxed, and give them stuff to do and keep them positive, right? And now they had 3 or 4 students down there. The last time I taught down at Hyde Park was in 16 years ago. Now they got 3 or 4 students been murdered this year down there. Murdered or killed. They had a couple, 1 on scooter and 2 murdered. 1 right across the street over there on Stony, 63rd and Stony, in front of the YMCA at the bus stop. They know who the shooter is, because it happened during the dismissal, and he hasn't been arrested yet. Well, you got Chicago police pulling up now. There you go. You got Chicago police now pulling up right there. There you go.
10-4.
All right, you got Chicago police pulling up, man. You got a lot of cops out here today.
7394, boy.
You got a lot of cops out at Garfield Park. Maybe I need to talk to my friends out here and see what's going on.
Okay, 10959, 10959. Ida. Quick clock your light, please. 10964, 10964. 4. 737, boy. 7387, boy. We're a bus ride at Roosevelt Crew.
Once you're in cuffs, you're already subdued. You should be taken care of, because when you're in cuffs, you can't take care of yourself. It's duty. I think it's called duty to care or duty for care. I don't know what there's a special word for that. Once you're incapacitated, you're not free anymore, because when your hands are free, you have a right to self-protection, defense, offense, blah blah blah. Once you're in handcuffs, there's a duty to care. They're supposed to take care of you. I think that's in the I don't know, was it Darian Gray? I don't think it's Darian Gray. In the Gray case, they said they didn't take it because he was in handcuffs and because they were bouncing around with the paddy wagon, he got killed in the back, right? Broke his back. So, you need to understand that, right? And then, yeah, bad guys are bad guys, good guys are good guys. Some people you're innocent until proven guilty, but, I'm not saying be nice, but once something's happened, then you need to take the steps to take care of whatever you need to do, right? I mean, that's basically what happened with George Floyd, right? Whether he was innocent or guilty, George Floyd, he was already in handcuffs, right? That's it. That what happened to him shouldn't have happened. You can say he put himself in that situation, but in the end, when he was in handcuffs, that was it. It should have ended, right? And he should have put in the car, and that was it. That's how that should have ended, right? You put in handcuffs, you put in the back of the truck. That's it. Don't have to talk. I remember when I just got locked up in May, they started blah, 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 blah. Man, I said, at the end, I said, you know what? Don't I get a right to a lawyer? And they're looking at me. I say, I get a lawyer, don't I? I don't need to talk to you. Why you keep talking to me, man? Get me my lawyer. Oh, they didn't even read me my rights. I didn't even mention that to anybody. The only people that know this is this broadcast doesn't, no other people know this. I didn't even tell this to my public defender yet. I'm going to tell you this now. May 6th, when I got arrested, filming that scene downtown, they never read me my rights. I'm saying it right now on this broadcast. They never did. And in the end, I'm in the lockup. I was already locked up for I don't know how long, 14 or 15 hours. And then they're blah, 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 blah. I said, you know what, man? Don't I get a phone call and a lawyer? And they're looking at me. I said, don't I get a phone call and don't I get a lawyer? And they go, yeah, you do. I said, well, then I want that, man. Oh, okay. You kind of get it? It's like, if you're trying to be progressive and trying to say you're trying to be nice, trying to change the police culture.
I'm sorry, 2200 North Lakeshore Drive, 2200 North Lakeshore Drive in the southbound lane is a refrigerator. Somebody left a refrigerator. Unnotified street contact.
Wow, outbound lanes, Lakeshore Drive, refrigerator.
Watch your partner's keys. Can't have an open key on Citywide 1. Hey, Lakeshore Drive's up north, 2200 North Lakeshore Drive.
The hell? Did you just hear that?
74, just got 15 up there.
Refrigerator in the middle of Lakeshore Drive, northbound.
Check out a refrigerator in the middle of the lanes, 2200 North Lakeshore. Streets and Sands was notified. It said it's a mini fridge. Maybe you can move out. 99.
Man, you got refrigerators on Lakeshore Drive, bro. You got that? Hey, Malik, you got refrigerators? The shirts are brown shirts. There you go, my brother. Yeah. But what I was trying to say is this. It looks like they're bringing the tow truck here. There you go. I think this tow truck is for them. See that? Yeah, they're towing this guy away. So it must be a felony. That must be a felony car, right? Or a stolen car. So this is what I gotta say. If you're trying to say that you're trying to improve policing in the United States, especially in cities like Minneapolis, Chicago, whatever, they're more progressive or they're supposed to be progressive, then why aren't you doing that, right? Like I just said, I was arrested, they never read me my rights, they didn't let me, then I had to tell them I need a lawyer, I'm not gonna talk to them, blah, 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 right? But why aren't you doing that? If you're supposed to be progressive, then you say, hey, do you want a lawyer? Do you want a phone call? Blah, 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 right? All of that stuff, so. Yeah, and that's the way it is. They just bullshit. That's all they are. Once you're in power, they change who they are. That's all. They want to stay in power. It's like them out in L.A. They run two of the same candidate against one dude, man, against some some guy that was a reality show. They had to double up on the guy, man. That's pretty funny, man. That's some. Well, did you just hear that in L.A.? The way they did that is they used homeless people. They signed them up to vote by vote or by mail, and then that's how she won. They got about 30 to 40,000 mail-in ballots, and most of them from the homeless population. And they don't even know if they're residents out there. It's pretty funny, right? I guess you're in power, do whatever you want. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Looks like they're towing this car. We're gonna go. Maybe we'll visit these guys in the park. See what they're doing over here. I don't know. Oh yeah, they do. And there we go. We got another county sheriff. Man, this is like I don't know what this is here, man. Another sheriff just showed up, Malik. Man, this looks like it's the Fort Knox heist here, man, or something. It looks like it's Bonnie and Clyde stuff going on here, man. They got so many sheriffs out here, man. Now the tow truck driver's trying to get in there, right? And they're trying to get into that trunk. There's something in that trunk that they want. They can't open that trunk. So it's a felony vehicle or a something vehicle. They're towing it. There's somebody right there standing there. He's checking it out. Like maybe it might have been a stash car. You know what a stash car is, right? Where they stash the stuff, and then they grab it when they need it. That's called a stash car. Like a stash house, stash bushes, whatever, man. They do all kinds of stuff like that. It might be a stash car, right? That's what it is. They can't get into it, though. I guess, if they want, I don't know if I got a screwdriver. I'll pop that trunk for them. They got a screwdriver. Stick the screwdriver in. If you're strong enough, you hit it with your hand. If you don't, you hit it with a hammer and turn that sucker and it opens. That's about it, man. Don't take too long. I think it's stolen or a stash car. I don't know what. We pulled up here. There was only one car here, and a whole bunch of guys came and they tried to get in there, and I don't know what's going on here. This is county, so I don't have the radio for these guys.
Thank you. 7385 Eddie. 85 Eddie. Get the back number for a red line check. 63rd. Yep, 11085. 11085.
Alright, you ready to get out of here, man? I'm gonna go see if there's any zombies down the street. Drug zombies. There's a bunch of them. Last week they were dancing, and then yesterday they were fighting. So I don't know what happened. If they're coming down from the dancing juice, or if they're just broke. Yeah, that's what happened. There we go, right? I don't know. So those of you watching, just tuning in, we're at Lake and Central Park. We're on the west side of Chicago. This is Garfield Park. We pulled up. There was one sheriff with this car here. They were around it or something like that. And then as we were here, multiple sheriff's cars pulled up. And they're trying to get into the trunk, it looks like. And then they're calling this tow truck, I guess. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a stolen car, if it's a stash car. I have no idea what this car is right here. So he's putting the J hooks on now. 11097. I'm gonna pull it right up onto that thing there, right? It's not for forensics, I don't think either, because they were all in and on it. Usually forensics, they're not going in and out of that car. This is for just stolen or something. I don't know what it is. I agree with you. I don't think it's a forensics thing. Yeah. But you never know. They spoil crime scene. I've been on crime scenes where this person murdered, and they were walking in and out of the crime scene like nothing. I was at a couple of those. I was in the one where they shot up the girl there on Rhodes. On 35th and Rhodes, they were going in and out of the crime scene like nothing, touching the doors and everything.
Units, watch your keys. OPK on Citywide 1.
Then it was
watch your keys. Watch your parking.
Then 2 years ago, I was here where a hooker got killed. right down the street from here. She was beaten to death, I think. And they were walking in on that crime scene. They didn't care. Oh man, that's got the brakes on. It looks like that. See that? That front tire ain't moving there. See that? He's just dragging that thing. Then we'll get out of here when he puts it on the truck, all right? We'll go. What do you guys want to do? You want to go hit the park, see what's going on in there? I already had a milkshake, so I ain't eating no dinner. Usually I get chicken or barbecue from here, from the park. They know me over here, but I'm losing weight, so I can't be having all that fried food anymore. I can't even have, I shouldn't have had that milkshake, but that's all I'm eating today, so, all right. All right, so you guys ready to get out of here? I think this is about done here, right? Oh, there we go. Yeah, the back one's moving because I don't think it's front wheel. Those are front wheel drive. It's kind of getting wrecked. Yeah, it's a Hyundai, so yeah, it must be one of those Kia Boys one's car, right? The Hyundais are Kia Boys too, where they steal them with the jump drive, right? The whatever you call it, the USB cord. There you go. You guys are watching the tow truck today. We do all kinds of TV on here. So it must be sun because they're taking it into custody. Chicago police, they'll drive them away. I've seen them drive the cars away. Like, they just get in there and drive them away. I've seen carjacking cars, stolen cars, shooter cars. They'll just get in and drive away. Not if there's somebody killed in the car, shot in the car, usually they'll tow it sometime. I've never seen them drive away one of those. But the carjacking, robberies, those kind of things, they'll have that. They'll drive them away sometimes. There we go. We're done there, huh? Nice and sweet, huh? There we go. So let's just recap. It's 6:44 p.m. We're on the west side of Chicago in Garfield Park. We're on Lake Street, little west of Central Park, the road. We drove up on one Cook County Sheriff car here, squad, and that's the squad that was here originally. We pulled up. They were fooling around. Car. Multiple sheriffs came, pulled up. I don't know what this is about. They tried to get into the trunk. They couldn't get in the trunk. Now they're towing this car away. So that's what we got on the log off of Citizen. See you guys later. And we're going to get back to our radio calls and our regular scheduled programming here, right? That's what we're going to do, right? And we'll go back to our radio calls. And we'll see what's going on, right? In the rest of the west side, right? Our broadcast usually goes to 7 because that's my 3-hour limit. If it's longer than 3 hours, I can't. It's hard for me to transcribe it. I do use Otter. I do use Grok and ChatGPT to help me write my articles. I download, upload, transcribe, give it the ideas, give it the titles, and then we go through my work and get my articles done. That's how I can do most of that, a lot of that work. Today, I think I did 3 articles, right? Everybody read that we're up 76% in murders this year from the beginning of the year. So that's a bad statistic, by the way. Yeah, we're up. And so, all right, there you go. The county sheriff's gone. See, it takes a long time, right? I don't see anybody in the back of that car, so they don't have nobody in custody there. County sheriffs were over here for a little while and they picked up a car. It looks like it might have been stolen or part of a felony. I don't know what it was. County sheriffs were here. All right, let's get out of here, right? Listen to some radio calls. Let's go. Let me move my phone here. Get you the front view. So we got about another 10-15 minutes on this broadcast. They want to take a little break. Oh man, that's the wrong. Got the wrong one here. I should have done this one. Sorry about that. This is the wrong. I got multiple brackets here. Let me move that one there. We're on the west side. We're on Lake Street, by the way. That's where we're at. I'll be reposting this. We had our friend Jeremiah from his radio show talking about all kinds of stuff going on the east side. He's got some basketball games going on up here on the Humboldt Park. There we go. Get back to my regular scheduled programming, right? Everybody, thanks for watching. You never know what it is. That might be Bonnie and Clyde or something. You don't know what happens there. All right, that's just some radio call. See what's going on with the crime. See if we missed anything. And we'll go forward, right?
In right field on the mound, Brandon Eisert, followed by Eric Fetty, will pitch for the Sox. Grant Holmes for the Braves. The game just underway at right field. Basketball, NBA Finals Game 4 tomorrow night at Madison Square Garden. Knicks up 2-1 on the Spurs. Will host San Antonio. WNBA tonight at Wintrust. The Sky host Atlanta. Hockey tonight, Stanley Cup Final Game 4. Vegas hosting Carolina with a 2-1.
Hey, we do all kinds of stuff. You know that.
From 104.3 The Score on News Radio.
Hey, we do whatever, you know.
Thanks a lot, Mike. And that's 648 traffic and weather.
We do whatever.
Sponsored by It's Not a Game.
We show what's going on the streets. That's what we try to do, right? All right, that's just some radio calls, all right?
87, boy. Fine. Rolls on wood. 10-4 give you 10871. 10871. All right, I'm getting a battery in progress at the red line.
You heard that
Belmont again. Belmont red line. Got a female white kicking a male on a platform. Female white wearing a red T-shirt. Any units nearby?
White woman beating up a man. One of her name's Karen.
Zone sent it over.
I had to say that joke, didn't I? That was an easy joke there.
She's wearing a red T-shirt.
Let's go see what's going on in the park, man.
94 Charlie. 394 Charlie.
I love this park. This is one of my most favorite parks here, man. I'll show you this. It's a great park.
It's going to be 11202. 11202.
I love this park, man. I might get me a soda pop. Don't tell me I shouldn't have soda pop. I got water, but I'm getting tired of drinking water. You know, water is tiring. It just tastes the same. It tastes like water. You know what I mean? It's like, man, what am I drinking? Water, man. I'd say, why does it taste like water? Because it's water. We got. Let's go back.
George. We're going to lower for 47 to realize
Let's see what's going on.
385 Mega. Take 10970, 10970. 214. 3214. And if your report, please. 10-4.
You're like Malik's like, I'm good.
85 Charlie.
Oh man, what you got there on that cart, man? You got all kinds of barbecue there, man.
10981.
Got barbecue there, man. Yeah, I love this part. It's one of my most favorite parts. It's mostly adults here. Adults hang out in this one, and it's older crew. They're chill. They got food out here. They don't bother nobody. Once in a while, the neighbors will send me a message. They go, "Why are you so in that place? They're all loud at night." I say, "Yeah, they don't bother nobody out here." There ain't nobody. There ain't no trouble out here. I never seen any trouble out here. It's all adults out here, older people. Man. It's a good park.
85 Henry. Who get a bad number for 35 in the red line?
They do what they do, but it's an older park.
Person with an ice at 54th and Dorchester, 54th, male black wearing black
That's
shirt.
fancy neighborhood.
Running northbound with a knife in his hand. Caller states he appears to have mental issues. No further. Zone 7 station, please.
Running around with a knife with mental issues. Yeah, that sounds like a problem there. And that's fancy neighborhood there, isn't it? That's by I ain't gonna say. There's viewers from all over. I don't want to say. I think that's where somebody that I know views this place lives by, right? Dorchester, isn't that like fancy over there? That's like all That's all, whatchamacallit, isn't that all like gentrified over there? And then they clean that place out? Dorchester, what's the other couple of streets over there? That's all expensive, but they got those townhomes over there, right? All right, let's listen up. Let's catch up on some of these radio calls, right? And then we're going to get going. We're going to go hit Madison. How about that? And then we'll finish this broadcast up.
Numbers for bus drivers, go, David. Yep, that's going to be 11035. 11035. 7383 John.
88 Adam.
7388 Adam.
We getting a spin number for a train ride on car 3330 and from Harlem to Jackson, Blue Line.
Sure, take 11246. 11246.
Why is this thing not playing, right?
73.
All right, let's get out of here. Madison Avenue, what do you guys want to see? Man, we're going to finish up Lake Street. How about we finish up Lake Street? I'll do Madison Avenue later on tonight. How about that? I'll take a break.
Okay, yeah.
Then we'll do Madison, right?
Zone 4 just sent over a job. I guess he was on earlier. I was on lunch, and maybe Alex gave it to him. What about some guy had the windows broken out? That's an astrology energy. The guy wants paper. Okay, well, I'll get a hold of him.
Guys digging through the garbage there, man. Now you got drug addicts out here too, so you got all kinds of stuff out here. It is what it is, man. It's the big city, man. Oh.
All right, take 11058. 11058. Positive community interaction.
Positive community interaction. What did he do there? What was that?
7320 Adam. 7320 Adam. But I'm trying to get a hold of John. They might be down on the phone.
What's that dude? All jacked up?
Zone 4 just sent over a job. I guess he was on earlier. I was on lunch, and maybe Alex gave it to him. What about some guy had the windows broken out? That's an astrology energy.
Astrology energy.
Wants paper. Okay, well, I'll get a hold of him and come over here. And I'll have to come over here. All right, 10-4. 7385 Adam. 85 Adam. Number 456 community interaction. 95th in the red. All right, take 11058. 11058. Positive community interaction.
11058. Write that down, somebody. Let me write that down. 11508. We're going to figure out what that is.
83 John. So Zone 4 just sent over criminal damage to property report at 40 East Chicago. Nicholas Miller is calling, looking for you to give him a report with some broken windows.
10-4, you waved us down on the way back to lunch. We're going to knock out the paper. I can get an RD.
Okay, so you want me to just loop this into the Wabash, Chicago job that they had you on?
10-4.
All right, 7383 item. 83 item. For Clark and Lake, please. That'll be 11293. 11293.
That was on Wabash in Chicago. That was the property destruction. Remember, they were chasing some guy on Chicago Avenue, right? Take it easy, Trina. Good seeing you. Stay safe, my sister.
Red line northbound from 95th Street.
Let's get out of here, right? We're gonna go check out some zombie action. Or maybe I'll restart it up at 7. We'll see, right? Let's get out of here, right? You want to see the rest of it? Why don't we do this? We'll finish the park. I'll shut it down at 7. And I'll restart it up. We'll finish Lake Street. Maybe we'll see Madison Avenue. Maybe I should check out where the hookers are at today. If they're on 5th Street, you know, that's where the hookers are at. I know they're gone from 47th. Those hookers are gone. I was part of that one. I'm sorry if you're looking for a date down on, I think that's Cicero on 47th. If you were going getting dates from there, they're not down there no more. I was part of kind of putting the kibosh on the love scene over there. So some guy was posting videos for like 6 months, and he's complaining that the hypes and the hookers and everyone were messing with his garage and peeing on his garage. He was posting this stuff for almost a year. He's sending me messages about it and sending me the videos from his cameras, right? And then they had some community meeting. I don't know if I put something on the internet or something. I don't know what I did. And then he messages me and says, yeah, man, it's horrible here, blah, blah, blah. So you want me to do something about it or what? Yeah, do something. All right, okay. So I took a bunch of his stuff. I don't know what I did. I made the videos or whatever I did. And I said, dangerous, whatever, right? And then
for that criminal damage to property 40 East Chicago. Alright, the RD number is...
Oh, I gotta write this down. Let me write this down.
494.
I gotta write this down.
And the event number is 09964.
I'm gonna pull the report on that one, okay? Let me, I gotta write that down, because that's a big one, because I don't know what happened there. They were chasing the guy down in Chicago. White female kicking, wait, this ain't kicking the guy. Teenagers with knives, no. Kezi, no. Carmelo, no. Carmelo got found guilty, you know that, right? And I think he had bad lawyers there. Somehow saying that it was the victim's fault, I don't think that's a good thing to do with a jury, man. You claim self-defense, you gotta do it the right way, man. I don't see this. I had it on here. Well, Chicago Avenue and Wabash, property damage from earlier. And let me just write this RD number. Thanks for your patience, everybody. I have to pull this report, right?
83 John. 83 John. Quick squad, can you give me the event number and the RD number for that criminal damage to property 40 East Chicago? Charlie? The best is coming in, right? Let me take 11346, 11346. Charlie? 83 John. 83 John. Quick squad, can you give me the event number and the RD number for that criminal damage to property 40 East Chicago? Alright, the RD number is John King 288494, and the event number is 09964.
He didn't have the sex, I don't think.
Jeffrey fired in the area.
Alright, the RD number is 288494, and the event number is 09964. Charlie?
I might have a few videos. Sorry, I'm concentrating on the number. I don't think I have any sex videos.
3 Citywide, getting a call, shots fired, 69th and Jeffrey and 69th. Caller say 12 shots fired in the area, no further, zone 7 station clear.
Shots fired, 69th and Jeffrey, right? Alrighty, I think it's 7 o'clock, we'll end it here, I think, and then we'll continue. How about that? Because I can't go over 3 hours, right? Yeah, I don't have I don't think they were doing porno on there. I don't think they were doing porn, so. Alright, let me pull over. I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to restart it up. Because if I go over 3 hours, I have a hard time with my transcription software. Okay? Alright, see you in a little bit. I'm going to go back on live. I'm going to just shut this down and go back live. If you want to continue watching. Thanks. A shout out to Malik up in Minneapolis. Park over there. Don't tell my wife I was talking about my old girlfriend. She's going to get mad, alright? That was the girlfriend before I married my wife, so you know how that goes sometimes, fellas. There you go. All right, 7:02, I'm signing off, and I'm going to sign back on.